Hey guys, and welcome to D4.
Hey.
We are back for technically session 12, but last week we had a one-shot, so session 11 officially, I think, right? Is what we're at? Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I'm Devin.
I'm Dustin.
We co-DM a 5th edition's Dungeons & Dragons game.
As you notice, we are missing our lovable barbarian. Cadkins will join us a little bit later on. She had a few things she had to take care of, but she will be here as soon as she can. Whee. Don't worry, her lovable laughter will be heard soon. A few things that we want to bring to y'all's attention, because at D4 we want to be transparent with you guys throughout. Due to a few scheduling issues and some things behind the scenes, for the next few weeks, we're going to be temporarily pre-recording our shows, which means we won't be broadcasting live to you, but the cast will be able to be in chat with you and going along as much as we can be. And so that would be kind of cool. So we got to get to watch along with you and actually chat with you guys while the show's going on.
Yep. Another person that will not be here, sadly, is Alex Ward. Due to last-minute production rescheduling, he will not be with us this weekend.
Acting.
Yes, acting at half.
Yay, film industry! But he has assured us that it is not a no forever. He will be with us as soon as he is able to get to Atlanta and be here on a Sunday. He will definitely be joining us, and we cannot wait for you to meet his character because, oh boy, is it a good one.
Yes.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, how disgusting will I find it?
All of his characters are
Point, find out and play.
beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Says the girl with the black
Also,
lipstick.
reminding you guys that once we reach 100 subscribers, we're giving away 2 sets to 2 different winners of a gift set of dice directly from Dungeons & Dragons that you cannot buy anywhere.
Yep.
It has these large D20s where the 20 is an ampersand.
And there are 2 of them, so you can roll your advantage and disadvantage. So.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Yeah.
Look at the big boys.
and that is 100 subscribers to the RockPunch ATL
Yes.
Twitch channel.
Give them to me if you win.
All right. Another thing we want to bring to light is, again, our charity. Extra Life is a charity that we follow. It is our charity of choice because it helps kids. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is our local network, but it's all over the United States for all the local children's healthcare networks all around the country, and it is such an amazing cause. And our first goal is at $1,000. Once we raise $1,000 for Extra Life, Ethan will be running a game of Paranoia.
It's going to be wildly fun. Also, starting tonight is Slady's Night, and it will run through Thursday, March 28th, and I believe Goblin is going to be participating.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday
Tuesday
night,
night,
nice.
yeah.
Awesome.
And I'll be at the party on Thursday.
All right, Slady's Night is run by ATL D&D as a fundraiser for Girls Inc. Atlanta. It is currently sold out, but it has raised around $1,400 for the fundraiser. So that's amazing on them and amazing for you guys. Thank you very much. Any information about that, and maybe any future endeavors, can be found at Slady's, SLAYDIES.ATLD.com.
That's queen.
And
Man, you rattled that off. That was solid.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, man, he's got it. He's got it.
All right, I think
been
we're gonna go to some sponsors. I think that's...
Is it me? Is it Patrick Logan from D&D Beyond? Is it possible? Yes, it's true. So, this is the last 2 weeks of this will be the session before, and then the next session will be the very last session for Deep Gnomes. And I said that if I got 6, a team of 6 on my Twitter, which I rarely use, that I would write raps. So that's what I did. Because I got 6, and I want to sing the raps, specifically the character-centric raps for the ones who've sent this in. So we're going to do 2 right now, and then next section next week, you'll hear the last 2. So we're going to start with Brookdale Tintface, brought to us by Eris at the Hogwarts Jedi. Thank you so much, Eris. I wrote a little song about how I honestly think your character should go. And the song is based on a Tone Loc song. It's called Dope Ass Mastiff Mount.
Oh my God.
So, whenever I was born, it was the last of 6. But I knew at 5 to stay alive I could not stay in the sticks. The Underdark is dull, and sunlight is just wild. But being 3/3 kobolds would kill me, and death just ain't my style. So I racked my brain so hard, and I tried to sharpen my skills. But no matter how dope I was with the bow, I just could not hit the hills. Then one day when I'm exploring, I hear the strangest shout. Out of the Underdark, it was a bark of a dope-ass Mastiff Mount. Oh, yeah! Dope-ass Mastiff Mount. Second verse. So I approached this pooch, keep snapping, with only one intention, to create a partnership that would result in my ascension. So I prepared my flea, for I had no guarantee that this brave dog that I did stalk would be coming home with me. But if you ever meet that mutt, then there's one thing you can count. It's that lots of meat will always defeat a dope-ass Mastiff Mount. Yeah! Keep going, keep going. Dope-ass Mastiff Mount. So now the world is my oyster as I travel on 4 legs. But ruins are tough, it's not enough. I need a few more heads. So I hooked up with a monk and her friend, a wary thief. A raging man, a 2-man band does give me some relief. So now I've got a party, and I'm better, there's no doubt. But as much as I care, it can't compare to my dope-ass Mastiff Mount. Yeah. Dope-ass Mastiff Mount. Thank you. Oh my God. Eris at the, huh?
That also sounded like Funky Cole Medina.
Did it? Because that's the song it was based on.
Wow. So proud, Goblin.
Oh my God! But that's only one, right?
That's only one.
Oh my God!
I have a second. This was brought in from Clambake at Ghost of Clam. Fopmanton Dingle, who was the first one that was sent in. I keep talking about Fopmanton Dingle, and now we get to hear about him. So, enough of this nonsense. Would the real Dingle please stand up? I say again. Would the real Dingle please stand up? Oh wait, that's me. You act like you've never seen a Sapitowicz before, filled with such decor, dapper to the core, versed in laws and arcane roar, not with a roar, but in suits you would adore, only if you could afford them, that is. I hear you expecting a grunt and a growl, a stutter or yell, or a smell that's just plain foul, a vocab that's weak as my roots may be oblique, but I don't seek prestige, I am off the leash. Surprised I'm so on top of you, because I go hard and far for the guilt in Ravnica. What? Too unexpected that I wrecked your necks with deception checks and bloody flecks across my longsword? Ooh, what an unexpected twist that this lyricist cut your head off with a flick of his wrist. So I'm underestimated. But you have guesstimated with an intelligence of 8 that they underrate and decide the fate of a deep gnome, grown in class with deep bones that aren't brittle and break like some audacious rake who's unknown. Why? Well, step back a couple lines, you understand just fine, and cross the boss for the last time. I'm the real Dingle, yes, I'm the real Dingle, and if you're not a Dingle, I don't want to mingle, so will Fopmanton Dingle please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Yes, I'm the Dingle. Oh, yes, the real Dingle. And the other, if you're not a Dingle, I do not want to mingle. So will Fopmanton Dingle please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Holy crap! Man!
That's 2. We'll get to the other 2.
Eat your heart out, Sam Reed.
Right? Yeah. Fucking holy crap.
But yeah, there are 2 more to come, and after this, I will tell you what we'll be working on next. We'll be working on coming from the bottom up. Specifically for the least used species in D&D Beyond. All these characters were made with D&D Beyond, quickly, efficiently. Everything was given to me by other people. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for using D&D Beyond. Keep using it. D&D Beyond.
He is he's a multi-class and a bard, bro.
All right, Goblin.
Wow.
Yeah, good luck.
So thankfully, we've agreed to switch back and forth doing ostentatious advertising.
I don't have puppets.
I'm really glad that we decided that. But I would like to tell you about Beetle and Grimm, RockPunch.com. They have issued their latest box for the Ghosts of Saltmarsh pack that's coming out in the next couple months. In June, if you buy your silver edition Ghosts of Saltmarsh box, you will receive an absolutely incredible assortment of items, text props, maps, all sorts of amazing things. And from the previous Platinum Edition Waterdeep Dragon Heist box, people have been raving about the quality. So it's very much worth your time and expense, and I highly recommend it. I've already bought mine. I hope you will buy one too.
All right. So for our wonderful sounds and ambient noises brought to you by Sirenscape,
We're gonna play that game. Guess that sound. I hope you've been paying attention.
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Can I use my notes?
Oh, at first I was gonna say it.
Wait, one more time?
What was that?
what was that?
That was that one.
That sounds like a toilet flushing. That sounds like an explosion.
That's basically
So it's a
Harold in the
pipe-
bathroom. No question.
I'm going to guess it is the sound of the sea hitting the side of a ship.
Nope. Magic missile.
That is magic
Oh, I should have known that.
All right.
Yeah, what?
That was very anime. You're right.
Who is this?
I got food, I got drink. Just have a seat, and then I'll see that you're fed.
Durnin?
There you go.
Durnin.
It's
If
Durnin.
you're having trouble reading, you could have your friends do it for you.
All right. Name this NPC.
You be adventurers, am I right?
No.
Vault.
I could use your help.
It's a man who's
Let's find a
one
table to
of
talk.
That is Volo, also voiced by Chris Perkins.
Really?
Really?
Cool.
Play it one more time. I love old Chris. He's the man.
You be adventurers, am I
Yes.
right?
I hear it.
I could use your help. Let's find a table to talk, shall we?
And then
That's my favorite is still when he played Jeff.
Yep. All right. And then last NPC to guess.
That'll teach you for picking on a girl.
That's
Yagra.
Yagra. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And then last but not least, let's go with this.
A dragon?
Harold exploded.
No, that is Burning Hands.
That's close. The flamethrower. I'll give it. Yeah, the fantasy version of Burning Hands. Of the flamethrower. All right. So Sirenscape, thank you so much. We love your ambient noises. They're amazing.
I use it at home too. It's seriously
The Durnin, Volo, and Yagra are from the official Dragon Heist sound set from Sirenscape.
Yes.
Ethan, have you
Yes,
a few
so,
things to say about?
Obviously, we can't do this ourselves. We do this with the help of RockPunch ATL, which you can feel free to join their Discord. You can go on the banner; it's right there in the chat. If you're watching right now, you can click on it, join us. We're in there all the time. We're going to be in there tonight because we're pre-recording, so we'll be in there chatting with you. Also, if you want to watch some of the stuff they put out, also on this channel, you can check out Monster Prom Monday from 4 to 6, obviously on Mondays, and then King Sammy for Crusader Kings from 12:30 to 2:30. What day is that? You didn't put a day out here.
Oh, sorry, that's Thursday.
That's Thursday, so feel free to watch. It's always hilarious, and they do a lot of other stuff during the week. Just stay tuned. Always great content coming out of there.
watch.
Watch.
Point blank period.
Also, always join us on Discord.
Yes, we love to chat with you.
Yes.
We want
Yes.
to talk to you. We're always on there. All the cast's on there. We chat. So join us and hang out.
Speaking of which,
As much as
dedicating
possible.
This
Yep.
one to Sway. Sway,
Yes, Sway!
you're the man. And this is dedicated to you.
Without further ado, guys, let us immerse ourselves into the chronicles of D4.
Hey guys.
Welcome back.
Yes.
All right.
Just like that.
And now everybody's going to rap. No.
There was a reason I wasn't snapping in rhythm.
Last week on Don't Doubt, a Dapple Delegate. Turn that music down. That was a lot louder than I expected it to be. The session started off with Harold reading over a private letter of urgency received from Threestrings. With the frustration of his best friend V, Harold instead takes Vinley as a form of safety to quell his paranoia of someone wanting him dead. While they were away, Seisha worked on her dissertation of experiences of indentured spirits for her initiation and devotion to the Temple of Knowledge, Agma. V and Voss joined together to talk with Falla at Corellin's Crown about learning alchemy and herbalism.
At the yawning portal, Harold and Vinley learn that Matron Threestrings Merrig is not all he alludes to be, as his demeanor and even voice changed in front of them. From there, he insinuated to Harold that there was a deeper and maybe darker side to V's family, that even she may not have any clue about. After giving Harold a mission to talk with a horse named Monty and help the Harpers return a favor to a bookstore clerk, Matron proposed the idea of initiating members of the party into the Harpers and continuing the conversation about Elerthak Gathala.
The next morning, everyone started their day with the excitement and nervousness of Seisha devoting her life to the teachings of Agma. Trepidation nearly took hold of her as she entered the Grand Cathedral, forcing her to double-check her research and notes for the excerpt she intended to give at the ceremony of the Covenant. After speaking with the lore master, Savant, she gave her speech to the procession and swore her oath, solidifying herself in the beliefs as lorekeeper Seisha Valispard, paladin of Agma.
Yes, Queen.
With the rest of the day ahead of them, they all decided to search for the talking horse that V had met only a day before. Everything nearly seemed hopeless when he was not found in the area she had met him earlier. However, with the help of a carriage driver, they found their way to the Court of the White Bull, an undeveloped section of land within the Trades Ward, supposedly imbued with the essence of untamed magic, now currently a simple bazaar. To the north end of the court, the party found the Gentle Rest Stables, and within it, the dapple gray gentleman known as Monty. With
Bastard.
With V's help, some apples, and a passphrase given to Harold by Threestrings, the group learned that one of their friends, a half-orc named Yagra, may actually be a zhentarim agent.
While they were in the area, they decided to make good on the favor by getting it out of the way. In an old casino, now turned charming bar by the Sun Elf woman proprietor, they found a human woman named Uza. Although known for her tall tales, she pleads for the party to save her bookstore, a novel idea, and her precious cat, Felipe, from a nasty floating orb with many eyes. Upon entering the disheveled bookstore, the panicked cat nearly escaped before the party was attacked and took on a spectator. During the fight, Seisha's full Aasimar form took hold as she flew up to the rafters to aid Voss in close hand-to-hand combat, while the two spellcasters and V attacked from below. Working together as a team, Vinley was able to cast the final blow, causing her wounds to seemingly heal from the dying essence of the aberration. The most surprising moment, though, was when V raged with the aid of her recently deceased grandmother, ethereally projecting from her, now visibly youthful again, standing and fighting at V's side. In the final moments of her rage, V was able to hear Lo's voice once again.
And that's where we're going to pick up.
So we are all still standing in that room.
You
Yes.
Harold is visibly distressed, or not even distressed isn't the right word. He looks very uncomfortable. Just, seeing Lo, and he's just kind of quiet.
V, you actually see, and she's actually like kind of head down, kind of just backed into a corner. Just kind of like, that obviously hit her hard.
Yeah. He's going to come over and stand near her. It's kind of strange, but here we go. And so he's going to stand next to her, and he's going to, you good?
Yeah. Just need a minute.
You want to go?
No, it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get that cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to walk over to Felipe and try to pull him back out again.
No,
maybe
Harold.
now he won't be off.
Harold, allow me. Here, come help me. And I'll get down and try to get the cat to come out, since I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna help you. You got this.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
And as you kind of get down and you kind of start like slowly raising your hand out, making the noises and cooing, and slowly
Come here,
starts
Felipe.
to sniff, and then slowly sticks its head out,
You want to?
pat it
nuzzles
on the
up
hand.
against your hand, and enough for you to grab it by the nape of the neck, pull it out, and then kind of hold it and keep it.
It's like
cover-
loosening a jar. It's basically the same thing.
I cover Felipe's ears and I say,
And the cat,
I
you
hate
notice now,
cats.
like the cat, it's a black cat, but it has white sock feet, and then a white little front tuft on the nose, and a little white tip on the tail.
Oh,
You hate cats, huh?
Felipe, wasn't that his name?
Felipe, yes.
You're reminded you guys are standing amongst a sea of disheveled books.
Yep.
It all smells a little bit like ammonia in here.
Probably.
Yeah.
I come down from the rafters, but not.
Oh, I
Yeah,
flew
she
down
flew
with
you
you.
down.
Yep.
Okay. Like armpit. Please,
Probably.
I would not let you do that.
No, I probably just scooped you
Fireman's
up.
carry.
Yeah,
No, Princess
not
Carrie.
happening.
Yeah, I think he's climbing down.
As soon as we get back down to the floor, not to be impressed, but also I turned to you and said, "You said there was a specter, something that was summoned."
Spectator.
Spectator.
All right.
I want to know why he kept asking why.
I want to know how he was summoned.
I want to wipe his blood off my shoe,
I'm gonna.
and then I do that.
I snap in it.
I'm gonna
Oh.
cross over to V and just kind of. I'm sorry. And give her a hug.
She like awkwardly.
Pat.
I'll be fine. Just need a minute.
I'm holding the cat still.
As I walk over to you then, and say, "What were we looking for? How do you summon one of these things?"
Do I know how to summon a spectator? Like, no?
Just not specifically, you know of summoning spells, but
Do I know of the speech patterns of spectators?
what? Man, I wish we knew your role. I will allow you a second Arcana roll specifically for
Why
that.
he was
Yeah.
asking
We were,
why
we
so
were
many
both
times?
high. I think she
I
had
know.
a 20 or a 23 or something.
Ah, 9. No.
You know about it, but the speech pattern is.
It's such a weird thing to
Yeah.
specialize on.
Can I try? I also had a high roll on it.
I'm not as worried about whether or not it's asking why.
I am.
I'm not.
I will allow this. but-
Yeah, I just rolled a 9, so
Again, you guys are like, yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
a spectator.
that's a 12.
I don't
yeah.
know why I was asking why.
Weird, yeah.
With my limited knowledge of how to do this, I look for anything that looks, I guess, extremely out of place, that might be used to summon some otherworldly
investigation
demon.
check.
Yeah, that's really all I can do.
Like a hex bag.
Yeah.
I give Harold a hug.
Harold pretends to not understand why, and pats you on the back, much like she did. I'm good. He lies.
You seemed like you weren't, so I'm sorry, and I'm sorry.
I'm fine. I'm great. Things are awesome. All I'm thinking about is how we're going to get this thing out of here. And can you like prestidigitize the blood off all the books?
Yeah, it would take a while. She can probably do it.
18.
She has a spell book.
You look around, and other than like the books all over the place, a couple shelves kind of knocked down, it's just there's nothing stands out. Like there's nothing that really like you look and you're like, oh, that's an evil summoning ritual. No, it's just
Scratching my
So,
head.
yeah.
Looking at the books, does this seem to be a bookstore that would have books on Arcana?
You pick up a couple titles, and there is an abundance. Most of it is fiction.
Ooh, okay.
Alluding to the name, a novel ID.
Right. I figured, but it was worth a shot.
Yep.
I'm going to gather up the body of the spectator.
I have an idea. If you guys are okay with it.
Tongue hanging out, jaw.
I'm just looking around, and there's an awful lot of books here, and I'm thinking maybe we should approach Usa about working out a deal where we can take some of her overflow, her overstock, and put it on the shelves in the library at our place and sell from there as well for a 10% cut.
Maybe you should go get her then.
Okay.
We can stay here rather than taking the counter.
We should probably get rid of this guy.
I'll be. Well, she might want to see it so she knows it's dead.
That's fair.
I'll go get her.
You
Go back down into the bar.
I want that. I want that.
Yep.
Yes. I want
There's
that.
like a deep purple bleeding from it, and then there's the clear ichor of its saliva that still seems to be kind of dripping out from it.
I set it on a table. I clear everything off the table and just.
As he does, you look over and there's like this wet stain and like this goopy bit dripping down the back of Harold's coat from where he slung it over his shoulder. He doesn't seem to notice.
That's all you, buddy.
It's purple. It's right in.
As soon as Seisha's out of the room, because you were going to go get her, I turn to the two of you and say, turn to you, it's like, you know who we're working for, correct?
Usa?
No, who sent us this
Oh,
mission.
yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Harold,
That's me.
I need to ask you for
V went with Seisha.
I need to ask you for a favor.
Yes.
Whenever we meet Matt again,
Yeah.
I would like for Seisha to talk to the Harper.
Sure.
Specifically, this Seisha is incredibly honest, and I think she needs to understand why people lie sometimes. And I'm hoping meeting someone with a stellar reputation who lies, obviously, would help change her mind on that.
But she's already met me. I mean,
No.
okay, fair. Yeah, we should probably Threestrings is a good idea.
I think so.
That's a good plan. I don't think it's gonna do much, but it's a start.
I turn to you. Do you see anything in here worth taking before she comes back?
I will look around to see if there's anything super valuable that I notice, like books wise, and like just stuff.
Okay, make an investigation check.
We have limited time.
23.
You look around and there is, you find, the only thing that really catches your eye that isn't fiction, you find Volo's Guide to Waterdeep.
Is there a price on it?
There's no prices on anything.
I pull it off and put it on
the official
table
title
and
is
walk away.
Volo's Waterdeep in Richardon.
Incridrian? It's a weird word.
Book of Knowledge.
Yeah.
Incridrian.
Yeah,
I will,
that's what I said.
Pull it off of wherever it is and put it on a table, look at Voss, and then walk away.
Okay.
I look over at you.
I look at it as well, see Volo's name on it, and question why this is worth anything.
I look at you and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable stealing from this lady. She's got it hard enough.
I was more along the lines of anything dangerous or magically inclined.
That's
not
fair.
Just stealing from her. For the
You
sake
should
of
be
it.
more specific.
Well, I don't know.
Vinley literally went,
If there's nothing of worth here, then I guess we'll just secure the area and make sure this thing doesn't run off.
I'd like to peruse the book real quick. Is it full of good information we could use?
Yes.
I set it back on the table, and I'm just gonna wait for her to come back to ask the price.
All right, sounds good.
is there like a sheet in here?
Nope.
No sheets anywhere. Dang it.
Yep.
all
Harold's
hardwood
Dead body.
and old wood, now in the form of paper.
There's there's tons of sheets.
I can't.
Sheets of paper.
All right, so you make your way down to the bar that's on the second tier level of the trade sword. You easily find Uza, who is still kind of just like scribbling away on a sheet of paper, the same orb with the 4 eyes coming off of it. Just seems kind of be like in a trance.
I'm gonna approach slowly.
Usa?
It's
Felipe's all right. And
Everyone
we
died.
took care of
I'm gonna kind of catch her.
she just like slumps down in her chair.
It's okay. We took care of the thing that was in there.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's deceased. It's still up there. We weren't sure if you wanted to see it or not, just to know that it's definitely.
Get it out!
Yeah, but like your books are pretty ruined.
No, they're not. It's just they were spilled off the shelves. So we're going to help you clean it up, and
Felipe's okay.
Felipe's
That's all I care about right now. I mean, I
Felipe's
care about my
okay.
books, but I care about
He
Felipe.
is a tough little guy. He can take care of himself pretty well.
He's my boy.
I bet he is adorable too.
Come on,
So
you
it's safe
wanna...
to. Yeah. Okay.
You guys easily make your way back up to a novel idea. And you
I'm
go-
gonna poke my head in.
Hold on 1 second. Can we get rid of that thing?
Is there a window in here?
Oh God.
Back door?
Hold on. No.
What? I didn't say anything. I'm just...
I know you're looking for.
Yeah, you
wind-
see him looking around like.
Wait! I pull the blanket out of my backpack
Okay.
and throw it in.
Okay.
I
Wrap it up.
We
I
Just wrap it up. Just
wrap this thing up, I guess like meat style.
Yeah,
just like a
just-
sack of meat.
You got it.
and I just.
Yeah.
I snap it, grab it.
An aberration meat sack.
Before you
Yeah.
head up, V stops you, and just. I'll meet you back at the manor. I just need a minute.
Okay. I'll let the others know. And if you need anything, we're here.
Yeah, I know. I'm all right. I just
Do you have
wanna,
the money for a carriage?
I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
I just want to walk.
All right.
And she takes off down the road. And yeah, so you get back up, blanket all wrapped up in the spectator body, and
We good?
Okay. Ready?
oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, come on. And I'll open the door.
And then
I have it
as
like
soon-
down on the floor behind me, and I have Felipe in my arms.
And she immediately looks around and sees it, and then like runs towards you and grabs it. Oh, it's your mom, baby, I'm so sorry.
I carefully shut the door so Felipe doesn't make a break for it.
And she's like cuddling me. She's so sorry. You know it's okay. Oh, she's scared you. You know, yes.
I can tell you two have a very special relationship. Do you have any idea how this thing came into your place?
I just appeared and just started ransacking everything, and I ran, but I couldn't get Felipe. Felipe ran under a thing, and I thought I was gonna die.
I wonder if he
on.
was looking for something.
What were you doing whenever it appeared?
Reading.
What were you reading?
The Necronomicon.
It's not important.
Well, it might
Can I
have been
make an
important to
insight
this
check?
thing.
I think we
Oh.
cannot worry about that.
She's lying
I-
about something.
There was, I mean, there was like customers around, but none of them had.
Let me ask you a question. Do you truly care about Felipe's well-being? Because these things could keep happening, and while Felipe was saved this time, maybe next time, we don't know. And if he is gone,
Oh yeah.
what do you have left? You need to help us help you save Felipe in the future.
He's
I'm
absolutely.
going to walk over and start picking up books and setting them on the shelves and just start cleaning.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Her face
right.
is like, you've already helped me. What?
Well, what we're saying is we don't know why this happened or if it could happen again. And we're just trying to make sure that we have all the details so that if there's anything and there's anyone out there looking to take out Felipe, we can take them out first.
So we need to know what you were doing and what you were reading so we can protect Felipe too.
Was it one of Volo's smut books?
It
was one of Volo's
It wasn't
smut books.
Volo.
Ah.
It was called the Rock Hard Mountain.
Got it.
Oh.
Okay, so all right, so it's not that. Which
Well,
great
yeah.
book, by the way. I love it. It's one of my favorites. So
Do you have the book here?
It's probably still behind the counter.
I go behind the counter and get the book she's talking about.
On the floor, there's a novel that
is there like a drawing of like a handsome man? On it?
it's
actually-
a dwarf. A handsome dwarf.
I look over,
Shirtless.
and I'm like, yeah, I read that one. It's good.
Ew.
I pick up the book and I thumb through it looking for anything weird in it aside from what I would expect to be weird in a book like this.
All dwarven nipple play. That's all it is. Those are the mountains.
The hard peaks.
Let's assume I skip over that.
Nope, you read that.
Gotta read that? All right.
Page 82.
Oh my god.
Nothing weird beyond the weird words that just seem to jump out of the page violently into your eyes.
Very descriptive. They like adjectives in this. A lot of adjectives.
That's not accurate.
Spider-Man.
That's not possible. Is it?
Ventriloquy? What?
No, it's fine.
Let me ask you another question.
I
then.
put it back down under the
Let me ask you another question then. What are the odds? Has anybody ever come to you and said, "Hey, I wish I had your shop," or like your shop, I will buy your shop from you, and you were like, you know, I don't think.
Oh
I'm
my
ready
gosh,
to...
I want to kill you.
Did anybody ever?
No, no one's ever done that.
It was a
I mean, there were some customers in here. They were just perusing. No one had bought anything yet. I just was. So I read when I always read. I love to read. I love books. Like
It's a great place.
I'm just a humble owner of a bookstore. Like I'm nobody. It's just me and Felipe. You think someone is really trying to kill Felipe?
No. We're just trying to watch out.
No.
Are there
He's
are
very
there
powerful.
any books you have here that are unusual that were really hard to come by?
Not really.
Okay.
People just kind of bring me their hand-me-downs and I sell them.
Are there any buildings of great importance around here that you can see from your building?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
How long have you been here?
6 years.
Did the customers that were in here, were they sketchy? They just regular clientele?
They were just. I mean, they were humans.
I used prestidigitation to make an image, an illusionary image, and it's the zhentarim tattoo. Did they have this anywhere visible?
I can't quite get that detailed with prestidigitation. More of a minor illusion for that.
Okay.
Draw it.
Did any of them have the tattoo?
You can
of-
get you can kind of just make like a light or a color, but like the actual detailed description of that tattoo, it was more of a minor illusion
Okay.
cantrip than a prestidigitation.
Did any of them have visible tattoos?
I think one of them had a tattoo, but I didn't catch what it. I just had markings. I didn't really see what it was.
Did any of them mention a name?
No, they didn't really. They were keeping themselves. They picked up a couple books, thumbed through them, and
Last thing I'm going to ask, and I turn to you and kind of whisper in your ear, is like, this is a long shot, but did you sense anything coming from the cat?
she kind of
I whispered,
Oh,
this
okay,
was
okay,
whispered,
okay.
because I know she'd act like that.
Does it remind me of a familiar or anything like that? Or anything weird?
Make an
coming off
Arcana
that
check.
cat?
I mean, it did do 4 damage to me.
Yeah, it's a strong cat.
30-20?
no, there wasn't
Just
that.
a cat.
Yeah,
Just a hell of a cat.
you get the sense that if it is a familiar, this is the dumbest wizard ever because she
Right.
didn't dismiss it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you probably get the sense that it's probably just a cat.
Were there any unusual spells in the spellbook?
Not that I remember.
All right.
Speaking of,
It could just be that they wanted a foothold.
Yes. And she reaches in and she hands you the tome.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Remember what was in it.
I noticed that you have a lot of books here, and I'm curious, do you have more than you can really handle here? Do you have a lot of overflow?
Not really. I mean, I have lots of books, but I mean,
I was thinking, we recently came into possession of a building that used to be a tavern, the Troll Skull Tavern. And we have a library in it, but we don't have a lot of books. But I was thinking if you wanted to work out a deal to let us have extra books that you've got, we could sell them out of our library and give you 90%.
she kind of thinks for a minute.
It's like having a second location without all the overhead.
You would have your own case.
I really like books.
And we'd love to see you come by the bar sometime. Maybe without Felipe.
Make a persuasion check
No,
with advantage
definitely
because you have
with
Harold helping you.
My hand is still bleeding.
That's going to be a 16.
She's like, you see her looking around. She's like, all right, I'm willing to give you, you can have that, and this. And you realize she's pointing to the trashed books.
Yeah.
Covered in cat piss.
Yeah.
Won't be like that for long.
Right.
Spectator liquids.
Yeah.
Like, she's like,
Yeah.
I don't really have a way to clean those. And if you can
We
get
can
them
take care of it.
repaired and do that, I think we can work that out. And,
Okay, great. Well, what we'll do then is we can come back when we've got something we can convey them in,
okay.
and we'll work out the details.
She actually starts making a pile.
Yeah.
And if you wait, she's actually started to
Oh, okay.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
get
We'll wait
stuff.
it up.
Yeah.
And in total is 3 books.
23?
23 books, including Follow's, Waterdeep, and Rikian.
Oh, that's one of them.
I'm glad we left that on the table.
Solid.
And Kurdrian. Enchilada.
And what's your general going rate?
Just depends. I mean, usually, these are all used books, so 4 to 8 copper, sometimes a silver, depending on.
How much
on
would you
if it-
sell? And I point towards the Villas guide.
Probably a silver.
Silver.
Well, talk to us if something like this returns and threatens you. But I think we've tarried enough here.
I agree. And any profits you make will come right back to you.
Okay, great. What? 90%.
Yes.
90%.
Yes.
I can't thank you guys enough. Who are you?
We're the BFGs.
God damn it.
The BFGs. Does it stand for anything?
It does.
It's
Best
an
Friends
acronym
Guild.
where we're leaving. I'm pushing you out the door.
I'll see you later. Bye.
As you say it. Well, I didn't hear that. What was that?
Right before the door shuts, I'm like,
Best Friends Guild. It feels good to be good, guys. Am I right?
Yeah.
It feels good to be. It feels great.
I'm like dragging the thing because is it heavy?
It's not incredibly
It's
heavy.
heavy for you.
Yeah.
Give it.
Thank
Give
you.
it.
Guessing I have the majority of the books, like, precariously.
Grab the stack of books.
Harold,
Yeah.
I will say you definitely noticed that V was not here. You expected maybe that she was waiting outside.
Where's our tall friend? My best friend. Where's she?
We needed some time and space to process what happened.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
she's gonna walk back. She said she'd meet us at the
Manor.
manor.
Yeah, makes sense.
Could you get a carriage so I can?
Yeah, totally, 100%.
Put that in my room. I actually have some errands.
But before we go, I want to just check out the ceramic place right there, and I've got the guy, and I just
Literally 30 feet away.
want to
Hey, yeah.
quick, and we can get some plates and.
Sure, I'm sure they'll let me set this down.
I think we all have.
I can put them down outside and I'll start cleaning them.
Okay, thank you.
And I
This is
will
kind of gross.
walk in with the spectator and the bag on my shoulder.
All right.
All right. Is it just you walking in?
I've got nothing to do at the moment, so I would stay with the group.
Okay. Nestled high into the lofted, stacked buildings of the trades ward, adjacent to the bookstore and tap room, where you met Uza and saved her business, is a quaint, hole-in-the-wall, tiny ceramic store. From the outside, you see 2 rounded display windows that hug each side of a single white wooden door. The displays are filled with fine tableware, nearly glowing with the light from behind it in a translucent manner, only obscured by the intricate floral, geometrical landscape or narrative paintings. Some are trimmed in silver or gold, if not just the embedded glazed painting color matching the rest of the design.
Inside looks like a labyrinth of precariously stacked stoneware displayed on open shelves, tables, glass-encased cabinets. So much so that you actually have a hard time squeezing and finding your way to the back. Each of you nearly get lost as you get surprisingly split apart in such a tiny store before coming together at a glass counter near the rear of the store.
How bad is the dripping?
Well, she prestidigitized the bag, but then I put it on my back where I have all the goo. So it is back to being gooey.
You're now starting to feel the wetness.
Do you think maybe we should have taken that from
raining?
We should
Harold?
You should have left it
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
There, behind the counter, sitting on a tiny wooden 3-legged swiveling round-seated chair, is a massive 6'6", barrel-chested, hulked, fur-covered muscle man. His solid black eyes and face are scrunched around an elongated bovine-like nose with a large gold septum ring. His black lips smile at you above a small and styled goatee.
The bull in the China shop.
He stands to greet you at the sound of hooves clack against the stone-tiled floor as you cringe with anxiety, noticing his giant bull horns nearly scraping the ceiling or barely skirting nearby ceramics.
Well, howdy there, pilgrims.
Best shop ever!
Oh man, I'm so glad I stopped.
How can old Ransack help you today?
Oh, man.
Your name is Ransack?
Yeah, that's my name.
Well, I gotta say, I love this shop. It's real deceptively larger on the inside.
You gotta know your way around this place. I love seeing folks shopping around, being all happy like. Makes me miss being back in the herd. Now don't get me wrong, I love working my hands into the clay to make these fine ceramics for you city folk. But like they say, there's no place like home. And home is where the heart is. What's tickling your heart's fancy this afternoon, partner?
He just looks elated. Harold's like, that's the greatest day of my life. He's like, I talked to a horse about this. So he's like, man, I gotta say, I love the place Ransack. It's awesome. But here's what I need you for. We just opened a new bar off of Troll Skull Alley, the old Troll Skull Tavern, Manor, that area. Don't know if you know the area or not. You're not from around here.
This is the Trades Ward, and I haven't heard of that one.
That's fair. Well, we do own it. We're opening it back up, but we don't have a whole lot of the things we need to have a bar running. Like, for instance, plates.
That's kind of important if you're wanting to sell food.
I thought so too. So I was looking for somebody who could give us a good deal on maybe a large amount, like we're saying, like, you know, enough to stock an entire tavern. Are you sanctioned by guilds?
I am.
Perfect. 10 on my persuasion. No, I'm sorry, 8 on my persuasion.
Oh my god.
8. I rolled a 2. What would you say to some kind of discount on for like a bulk buy?
Full set's gonna run you anywhere between 100 and 500 dragons, depending on what you want.
Well, we're not looking for like super fancy, right? We're not like a restaurant. We're not trying to like gussy up the place too much, but we want it to be nice enough that people are like, oh wow, this is better than the average tavern. Since I'm assuming, I mean, like, everything I see here looks nicer than the taverns I usually frequent, because usually they like to focus on like wooden plates and stuff like that. But we want something a little bit nicer.
That's gross. Wood absorbs the food.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably want metal if you're gonna go cheap. But if you're looking for a mid, low end, we can do 200 dragons, and that'll have every dishware you would ever need.
Now, you don't do utensils or anything like that, right? It's just the dishware.
Correct.
Just making sure. Okay, cool.
I've never made a clay fork before.
Hey, I'd be willing to try it.
Probably break.
Probably. In the meantime, if you, I'm gonna give you my information. I can't pay obviously now, but we
Looks like you got a hefty sack of coin on your back right now.
Oh, I've just been shopping all day. So the fact of the matter is, I'm going to talk to my guys and then come back to you. And then I'll let you know whether or not we're going to be able to go through with it, because we're kind of tight on money. But just looking around, this is the place I really want to shop.
Sounds good to me, partner.
And I will extend my hand, and I will actually swap the bag over so I'm right-handing.
He shakes your hand.
I'm sure it's just enormous compared to mine.
It's enormous. It's a tight grip. It's not painfully like assholey tight, painful, but he has a firm grip.
And I'll start to turn and then I'll stop. I'll turn back around and be like, you said you missed home, right?
Yeah, from time to time.
Where is it you used to live?
The plains of Faerun. Kind of like a nomadic type people.
Well, if I ever get the opportunity and you wanted to go back, would you take me up on that?
For a vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Settled down here.
Yeah, no, I don't mean like move back home. I mean like genuinely, like if we ever get the opportunity to go visit that area, would you want to accompany us? Just to see the old place?
I don't see why not.
I'll let you know.
Sounds fun.
I think so. Thanks for your time.
You see anything around here that tickles your fancy?
Everything, but I can't pay for it now. So once I've got that money, I'll be right back here.
I also do custom work, but that costs a little extra.
Say we were to put an acronym on some of the plates, like say BFG. How much would that cost?
Oh my God, I love you, Ethan Mansour.
Well, if you're looking for fancy filigree, that's going to be a little more. If you're just looking for block lettering, yeah, whatever.
I might make some custom ones for the filigree, for some like fancy ones. But the block lettering.
Up close behind you, and you can hear me breathing.
Like immediately, I
behind
straighten.
There's enough room in here for everyone, partner.
I slowly turn. Oh, hey, boss! Didn't know you were in here. Wow, you are really quiet.
Aren't I?
Block lettering, and then I'll get back in touch with you. Okay, I'll get back in touch with you. We should probably go. I gotta get all this stuff back to the tavern. And then I'm going to carry this bag that is clearly with purple blood back out the front as quickly as possible.
It's not dripping yet, but there's definitely...
It's starting to soak on the bottom.
Yeah.
Internally, as I walk out of the store, I'm just like, my life is 6 different shades of fuck.
Harold?
Yeah.
Why don't we throw that thing down one of the sewer entrances?
I snap my finger and clean it. I'm keeping it.
She's keeping it.
Why?
Yeah, why? I'm also curious about this.
I know nothing about their physiology yet.
Okay.
Well, here you go.
Don't. Not yet. I have shopping to
I
do,
get it, but
though.
I've got to get the books.
Yeah, they're clean.
Thank you.
Wait, so we're looking at about 200 gold damage on getting the entire place covered in some nice, cheap ceramic, not like the fancy stuff.
the super, if you wanted like cheap, that's the... At
No,
the
no,
100.
this is
Middle.
yeah, about middle of the range.
And as you go to leave, you actually watch as he leaves the counter and goes to like actually picks a pot, and you watch.
I
as
turn
he-
and like, oh, like panicking as I'm like, oh my god!
And you watch as he gracefully moves in between shelves, horns barely missing things almost and never touches anything. And it's a kind of a sight to see because he's bigger than the aisles are.
Yeah, I stopped where I was talking to you guys at the door, and I lean further in, like.
I'm gonna
You watch. He's
peek
not
and see
actually.
what he's looking at. And
He's not actually like trying to be like, oh, let me.
Yeah,
he's
just
just
walking
like
full
nonchalant. Yeah, just moving around.
you met a Minotaur.
Yeah, his name's Ransack. He's awesome. He's great.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he's really nice.
Oh,
Got
okay, when
a
we come
hell
back, I
of an
wanna meet him.
accent, partner.
No.
Yeah. He's not from around here. He's from the plains. I guess that's the plains accent.
Okay, when we come back, I want to come with you. You have to introduce me.
Absolutely.
Yay.
I would like Steam and Steel to do the silverware for the place.
Perfect. Yeah, I was more just kind of placating him. I wasn't intending.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Placating him.
Ah.
I'm leaving. And I get him on my way.
You can act like that didn't happen. That happened, Finley. It happened, and I heard it.
And Vinley walks away alone.
I'm shocked because I feel like the group is being pulled in this direction. I don't want to go there. It's infecting
on,
everybody.
boss.
No.
I might have a little surprise on those plates.
Are you? And you're making your way
To Mama Uwe.
Mama Uwe's? What's everybody else doing?
I'm heading back.
You're gonna head back.
We should go to the
With the
yawning
stuff.
portal on the way back home.
I think we need to drop all of this off
Yeah,
first.
we got
It's a good point.
bunch of books and
Let's
a
do that,
I
and then
tell you
we'll.
what.
spectator body.
Both of you drop our booty, I guess, back to the yawning portal. I have something I need to do as well, but I'm actually going to go with you,
Okay.
just because there's a
Oh,
couple things I want to ask
If
her.
while you're out, if you happen to pass by a store that would have it, like I don't know, the baker's store, could you grab some cooking utensils and stuff?
I'll try.
Okay, because we could use those for
us.
food.
I'm going to try not to buy anything that would be detrimental because I want to go straight back to the yawning portal as soon as we get done with our errands
Okay.
here.
Well, here's 25 gold, if you happen to see them.
All right.
Feeling his heart like.
Taking it.
If that's enough, you think that'll be enough?
Yes,
Okay.
I think that will be enough
were
to
you saying?
buy
Okay.
cooking utensils.
The ceramic set, like, because you could see it like in display. It was like almost like a tavern set that they were selling you,
Awesome.
and it had bakeware in it as well.
Ooh.
So ceramic bakeware
I
on
will-
top of ceramic
I
plateware.
will immediately let you guys know.
So
it's
it's literally 200 gold for everything you
Everything
need
you
to
like, make a tavern work.
make a
That's
tavern.
crazy. It comes with everything you need, and it's really cheaply priced, just like the Beatles and Grimm's Platinum Edition box.
Nice! Tie
Wow.
I'm on a roll today.
Beatles and Grimm, Sirenscape, D&D Beyond. Oh my God.
You were a catchphrase.
RockPunch ETL.
Yeah.
Catchphrase!
So
Sponsor!
I grin at the prospect of hanging out with Seisha, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And so we'll go back to the tavern first, and then hit the yawning portal.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Voss, I will remind you, you know exactly where a baker's place is.
Yeah.
And we will
I
go,
was excited.
go to Mama Uwe's.
You make your way back to the small oddity shop where a black raven waits, perched upon an iron bar above an old wooden door frame covered in chalk scrawlings, leading down a hallway of hanging beads, fetishes, and the trail of ambient smoke. As you enter, you do not see the old purple-skinned blind tiefling with crooked horns and white hair. You do feel something crawling up your leg, though, Vinley, like someone grabbing you and slowly working their way higher and higher.
I'm debating
Do
something
I
right now.
see anything?
Make a perception check.
Nice.
21.
Get to that. What are you doing as soon as you feel it?
My first instinct is to kick my leg, like
Okay.
the opposite way,
Alright, is
to
that
like
what you do?
try and get whatever it is
Okay.
off of me. Yes.
Okay, so Vinley thrashes and you watch as a hand flies off and scurries away
No.
back behind the counter before it crawls up the top and then knocks and then points. and it points to the back room beyond the curtain where you haven't been or seen before.
I hand on Kukri immediately.
No. I walk up and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. You scared me. I don't like being touched, little one.
Are you apologizing to the hand?
And then you actually see
I'll pet it on the head.
it actually, like, you apologize, it goes, and then,
Yeah, I was literally gonna give it the old Terminator.
and then again, knocks and points.
Hand off Kukri, but internally disturbed.
And you actually watch as it gets up on 2 and starts to walk.
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm gonna go behind the beaded curtain.
Okay.
I go to follow and I kind of.
And it goes.
It's like on the stump.
And then hops back up. The area before you is nearly dark, save for a few candles lit in the corners, a pungent red smoke. Wait a second.
The pungent red smoke stings your nostrils as it permeates the room. In the center, you see Mama Uwe sitting in the center of a ritual circle, seemingly in a trance, until you hear.
You also notice, through the smoke, a fine silvery thread of magical energy looks as if it's being pulled from the center of her body.
Do I know what is happening?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
It's all of you. I have no idea.
16? No.
No idea.
Should I take it out? Should I leave it in? Should I take it out? Nah, I'm gonna leave it in. Mama Uwe?
She doesn't seem to hear you.
I don't want to disturb her.
I look for something that I can knock on the floor that wouldn't break, but will make a noise.
There's plenty of weird, odd knickknacks in here.
Oops.
Make a con save.
Oh no! You just walked into a witch's hut.
3.
Okay, noted.
Karma is gonna get you.
You knock over it looks like a broom, and it tink, 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 tink. And you kind of watch as you see all the candles brighten at once as life is breathed back into her body. Her eyes shoot open as you swear you just saw a ghost inhabit Mama Uwe's body.
Don't ya know 'tis bad luck to be wakened a dead Finley?
I point at lost. He dropped her broom.
You're lucky it is not my time yet. And I was just dead asleep.
What were you doing? What was that?
What can Mama do for you, young speed walker?
Well, couple things. Do you have 2 gold?
I do.
Can I have 2 gold?
4.
Can I have 2 gold?
I reluctantly give you 2 gold.
I'm here, one, to give you the 5 gold that I owe you from last time.
That's much appreciated. And to answer your question, what do you know about the astral sea?
How much do I know about the astral sea?
Make an Arcana check.
Here we go.
17?
It's a plane. You don't know much about it. It's another plane, though.
I know it's another plane of existence, at least.
Well, that was me sleeping in the astral sea. Can be very dangerous, but it'd be how I keep in this young body. She kind of gestures to herself, and her wrinkled, folded, and she says, "Mama is not as young as you think I am."
Oh, you'll have to teach me that trick.
Like I said, very dangerous.
I love danger. But I'm also here for a replacement pearl. I lost my pearl that tells me things about objects and creatures.
I have him oysters who could have him pearl for such a purpose. 60 gold to pick one at random, in hopes it have one inside.
Oh God.
Or 100 gold to guarantee you get one.
100 gold. I have 100 gold.
Man, you were so glad Harold's not with you. 60! Let's play!
Oh, no.
She takes it
Yeah.
and gestures to a
Top shelf pearl.
like there's actually almost like a tank, and there's 2 sections, and she gestures to one of the sections.
Perfect.
While you're doing that, since she's awake, I go up to her and say, you mentioned earlier to our group concerning the spirits in our place that that tavern has history associated with it, yes?
Do, yes. What you want to know? And Vinley, you didn't pluck a pearl.
Yeah. I
You
went.
have an oyster.
Perfect. Because I'm too weak to open an oyster.
I want to know what happened there exactly, in all detail.
If you want all detail, that's... I can write them down for you, but... rumor say and what I felt... There was an evil woman who runs that place like orphanage. Children go in, never come out. She'll be run off now.
But the spirits linger, and you think that's why the indentured spirits were there.
No, the indentured spirits separate.
All right. I'll look into it more. Thank you for your assistance.
Mama's always willing to help those in need.
I look at the gold I have in my hand, and then I look around. Do I see anything that could be used for healing? Healing kits, potions, anything like that?
There is a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of jars.
Anything I
There's a lot
vaguely
of vials.
recognize.
There's a lot of liquids.
You can make a nature check or an arcana check if you want to go.
Both are great.
These are basically your...
Oh, natural 20.
Nice! Nailed it!
Inspiration comes to me. Natural 20.
So
The dice are.
you actually you don't understand why you know this.
Ooh.
But you look around and you immediately understand the herbs around. There's sages and there is other roots and other things used for ritualistic natures. There is nothing healing here.
There's a lot of protection.
A lot of protection.
Yeah. Preemptive warding and stuff like that versus...
You don't need healing if you never get hurt.
I turn to her then, knowing this, and I say, is there anything we could leave or burn in the bar to help suppress anything that might be there?
Like I said before, yes. But you can't afford it.
She's right. I've already looked into this. As I'm looking at more of the clams.
Yeah. Oysters, yeah.
All right. Thank you. I'll leave you two to it, and
Oh, no, I think I got everything I needed. It was lovely seeing you again, Mama. Okay?
You as well.
Just, you know where to find me if you ever need anything.
Back at the Manor.
Yes.
How's it going?
Perfect. And I bring out my butterfly. He's perfect in every way. But I do have to actually speak with you about, how do you have so many?
It's a rare teaching, but if it's something you want to learn, I can teach you for a price.
Of course. I would love that. Name your price.
Your immortal soul.
Okay.
I need one lock of hair and the flavor of your favorite food.
Oh no, she's vain.
you're not alone in this room, I'm just saying.
Not that it ever stops the rest of us.
No, but
Your passive insight's high enough. I full-heartedly trust Mama Uwe with every fiber of my being.
The amount of teaching it would take, since you're becoming spec so much, usually I charge 100 dragons, but for you, young spirit walker, 75.
That's perfect. I don't have that now, but as soon as I do, I will be back. But I can't wait. It was great seeing you again, Mama Uwe.
And you as well. Anything else you need?
Nope. I think we're good.
Alright, I'm gonna be going back and getting my rest.
Good night.
Have a good day.
I leave.
I high finger the hand on my way out. Boop.
It boops your finger back.
All right.
Never, ever understand this
Understand what?
strange aspect to you.
Yeah, I get that a lot, actually.
You do as you please. I won't judge you for that. But this place creeps me out.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. As we walk out.
Where do you guys go next?
Out of anywhere around here, since I'm here, do I see a music shop anywhere? I've never searched for one.
Make an investigation check.
Probably smart enough to take me. We'd be there all day.
Jeez.
Killing it.
23.
23.
You do indeed.
Yeah.
Quick stop. This
Okay.
won't take long.
Don't we need to stop at a
Bakery.
I wasn't
yes.
there. I had already walked off.
We'll do that.
You come to a shop, and it is called Hallambar's Lutes and Harps.
Hallambar's Lutes and Harps.
How do you spell that?
Like exactly what I need.
Hallambar? How's that spelled?
Hallambar.
I walk inside.
Sorry, that's not there. That's Castle Ward. Sorry, you find a shop called the House of Song.
House of Zack.
Yep, and it's on Riven Street. Rivon.
I walk inside anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will too.
You see large displays of massive harps kind of up front as these grand masterpieces, kind of showy, not really the main market people. This would be like for your master musicians wanting some showpiece. And then throughout there is a wall full of every type of stringed instrument. Your lutes, your yardings, your small hand harps, other things like that.
There's your wind instruments. There's flutes,
Pianos?
pan flutes.
And in the very back, there's a single baby grand piano.
I walk up to it.
There is a half-elf woman behind a counter. She is in very elegant a gown. She actually has a flute holstered on her side.
Been there, done that.
And she greets you and says, welcome to the House of Song. I am Maxine, the flute. Rosiane. What brings you to this fine establishment,
Miss Rosiana.
lady and gentlemen?
My name is Bill Ronto, and this is my associate.
I'm Vinley. Yeah.
Vinley and Bill Ronto.
Yes.
Wonderful. What can I do for you? Music lovers, perhaps?
Something of that.
Purveyors of the instruments?
Purveyors, certainly. I actually possess this, and I place my hand on the grand piano. But unfortunately, some of the strings of it and wires have come loose and broken. and I need replacements.
Of course. Do you play?
I attempt to play the grand piano, as this may be one instrument I've come across in my life.
All right.
Roll a performance check.
It's a crit fail.
Well, she knows why the strings are broken.
So as you sit down and you're the noise that she's like, I understand why the strings are broken. Yes.
Yeah. You're like slamming your fingers down to create these grand notes that are.
Yeah. She just immediately stopped, like put her hand on yours. Lessons are every 4th day. Happy to show you a few
Of course.
pointers. But yes, we do have replacement strings here, and on a wall behind it there are replacement keys, replacement strings, replacement pedals.
Is there a spool?
There is. There's actually a spool of the strings.
Yes, they're all individually cut, ready for.
What I'm looking for.
And there's
String or
what?
wire?
The wire.
Must be a wire,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Metal string. Wire. And they're the various gauges of what. Do you, by any chance, know what chord has broken note?
I go down
F-sharp? I think it's
to
F-sharp.
one of the deeper ones, actually, ignoring your comment, because I think you're getting at what I'm doing here. And I press down one of the lower ones. This is the one, low C, I believe, because I remember, if I'm correct, that one is the right tensile strength.
Right.
Why are you
Anyway,
so
so
badass, man?
that's a G sharp.
What I said.
Yeah,
sharp.
right.
What I said.
I will sell this to you right now if you just stop.
Slightly offended. I do stop.
Thank you.
It's okay to dislike this
Anyways,
one.
replacement string
I kind of
is one
like her.
book.
I'll take 5.
You're playing, I understand. And she just gets it.
All the while,
Brings-
every comment she makes like that, I'm just like,
At first, you see like the perplexity of like, why would anyone need to buy that many at one time? And this is obviously he knows nothing about pianos. And then, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he needs it.
The hilarious thing is that the failures helped you out
yeah.
here.
What a strange day this is.
Well, again, and she actually like writes down on a piece of paper, 4th day,
I take it.
and
When is it again?
4th day.
4th
of every
day
week.
of every week, of every 10 day.
Do I still have disguise self? Because I could come as boss to those meetings and just blow it away.
You don't know the 7. I'm gonna seem like a schizophrenic.
Right.
What's new?
I'm Bill Ronto, the Ronto
I'm
Experience.
Yeah. I bow as foppishly as I remember the art dealers doing, and then, shall we, lady?
Yes. Goodbye.
Call him
I say it
Ilya.
in Elvish.
And she replies in Elvish, "I'm sorry," and
Yeah.
just watches you go and just shakes her head and just kind of shudders. And she's like, oh, and sits down and plays the piano beautifully to wash away the noise that was recently played from it.
I'm trying hard not to feel self-conscious.
Because don't you speak Elvish?
No,
Oh, good.
He's the one.
He's the only one that doesn't.
but I speak a language none of the rest of y'all speak at the same time, probably.
Oh God.
That's uncomfortable
Thieves'
for me.
No, it's another one.
Well, yes, but also
Yes, but also that. And
It's primordial.
it's been on us for a while, but yeah, I go to the bakery after that unless you get something else to do.
Now, I don't remember. Did we get brownie mix at
I
the
think
general goods?
I
No,
think they
because
told us to go to a bakery.
Okay, cool. Just keeping up with that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a go to a bakery.
All right, then
Make
we
me
go.
some brownies.
You better do it.
And I expect actual brownies physically here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, they're
Anything
waiting in the
less.
wings.
You'll get one of those things, maybe.
You guys are just making your way back to the manor?
Oh yeah, I do plan on having conversation though.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
He's gonna kill
if
me.
you guys want to have that conversation now.
Sure.
Jump to y'all before we get to.
So wait, so you had to put an ointment on it and take.
And see the priest, and put on
Wow.
bandages, and listen, it was a whole ordeal. And then I thought about making them cutoffs, but then I thought about where it would all be located, like it'd all be like forced into one area, and it's like if you cut them off, maybe it condenses the power. Regardless, I wasn't taking any chances of losing the boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, no, I don't. The boys.
I'm not going to explain that to you. So you are an angel, sorta.
Yeah. Well, sort of. I guess. Kind of.
You can fly.
I can fly.
I
have wings.
And your eyes glow, and you do all this cool shit. And
Yeah.
why do you stick with us?
Because you're my friends.
I mean, yeah, but it's like we make you unhappy a lot of the time.
Not unhappy, just frustrated. So, all my life, I've been told that lying is bad. You don't lie. And one of the big things about serving Ogma is that you don't spread falsehoods. And you try to curb them, and you try to spread real knowledge because that helps people, and it's just what you do.
That's fair. Totally, 100%.
But I mean, I've known Voss for a long time, and he...
How long?
3.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he always like that? Like intense?
Yeah, pretty much. Every once in a while, he gets like, well, for him, weird look on his face and does something really nice, but he's pretty much always like that.
Do you know why?
No.
Worries me.
I just kind of have the feeling that something bad happened to him, and he hasn't been able to let it go. And I mean, he said that he doesn't like talking about it, so I haven't really pried or pressed, because that's not my business.
I mean, yeah, he's a private guy. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up with a family?
Well, fathers. I didn't actually ever know my mother.
It's okay.
It was nice. I mean, I basically had 3 dads, and they were wonderful. My father.
Okay.
He was the librarian.
That makes sense.
And then there was Belson, who was, he was a paladin of Jurgle. He taught me about how to fight and how to be devoted to something.
Were they all religious?
No. Master Kanji wasn't. And Dad was, my father. But
Dogma religious, or?
Yeah.
I figured.
And I learned patience from Master Kanji, but
You definitely learned that.
I feel like I didn't, because I've been really petulant lately, and I'm sorry.
I don't think that's the word for you at all. I think that anybody putting up with me for longer than 5 minutes is at least patient in the very least.
Why?
I just, I've got this sort of air about me that most people can't handle because of the superiority of
I've never felt like you're superior.
That's fair. Seisha, I think you're probably one of the best people I've ever met. And you inspire me to be a better person, too. I was just curious what that was like.
Yeah. You didn't have a family?
I definitely had a family. They just, They didn't have me. It's okay. I understand. Like I said, I just got this air about me. This feeling, this kind of repulsion. I push people away. I'm really good at it. I've gotten great at it, actually. And this is the longest, other than V, I've ever had friends. And so, I'm just waiting.
I don't think you need to wait. I mean, I've seen you nearly drown a person, and I'm still here. I've seen you get really, really scary when you put that mask on.
He looks at the mask.
And I'm still here. Even Venley's still here.
Yeah. I think she's just waiting for the moment.
No, I think she actually really likes you. She stopped saying nasty things. I think she's seeing you're a good person, and she's seeing beyond her prejudices.
Yeah, no. I don't want to get you the wrong idea. I don't want you to come looking at me and saying, "Look how good a guy Harold is."
Why?
Because I'm not.
Okay. I can look at Voss and say he's a good person.
He is.
So
Deep
are
down.
you.
You'll find out. It's okay. Eventually I screw it up. I just want you to know that before I do, this was time well spent. I really love you guys.
So you know my thing about not lying.
Yep.
I will always be your friend, Harold.
So silly of you to say.
No, it's not.
You shouldn't say things you're going to regret later.
I won't regret it. You don't regret people you love.
Sometimes you do. Let's head back. Let's head back to town.
We're in a carriage.
Right.
We're going back.
Sorry.
I mean, do you want to jump out of it?
Right now? Yeah.
Okay, don't though?
No, I won't.
Okay.
Okay, don't.
You think V's gonna be okay?
I hope so. I think so.
That was her grandmother?
Yeah, that's low. Closest thing I ever had to family.
She seemed really nice.
She was. Hilarious. Super smart, witty, awesome.
What was it she called you?
Gerald. I felt too bad to correct her. You know, it didn't seem important.
Yeah.
She really, really cared, unlike the rest of her family. So it was right before we met, she had passed away. So it was just kind of this huge shock to see her again. And to know that she'd always pushed V in the direction of venturing, I think because she had done it her whole life. And I don't know, it just felt good to see her again. Good to know that she's got our back.
That was pretty amazing.
It was fucking awesome.
I mean,
It's like, you're going wings, and she's like,
to know that someone you love is always with you. That's amazing.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm yapping you off. How about some music? And I will play a song on the way back. Wow, holy shit. 27.
Where were you earlier?
All right. As you approach the alehouse manor, that is your humble abode, you come to a sight of many guild hands and workers standing all around and throughout. Some are cautiously traversing the loose wooden tiled rooftops, hanging out of and measuring windows on ladders, checking the chimney, etc. Your home is now more reminiscent of a busy anthill than that of a house. Out front, in the recessed courtyard, under the blooming dogwood tree, sitting in a pop-up hammock, barely holding together under his weight, is the familiar rotund man that helps set everything in motion, yelling, "Make sure you remember to stall the..." He looks down at a pile of notes. "What the hell is this? A damn bird hole? There are fucking buzzards in the attic? As per requested by the walking ice." Oh, hey! Speak of the damn devil himself, and he shall appear.
I high-five him as I approach.
I give him a big hug.
Ah, it's a good lass.
Why do we like this man?
Look, so any other lot you want, any specific request, do your best to put them in now. Renovation can handle some minor embellishments versus paying it out after done bloody built the thing.
Will they, when they're repairing the stained glass window in Venley's room, will they keep the pattern of it, or is it just going to be plain clear glass, do you think?
I mean, do you fucking want the pattern?
Yes.
I will fucking keep it.
Hey, I
Makes a
got
note.
a connection on some ceramics for like plates, bowls, all that stuff we need. It's a full set. We're looking at about 200 gold, 250. Or we're even going to get it with some block lettering on there, the BFG.
I'm not here.
Right. All right, and he makes a note of that. All right, so, speaking of that,
Yeah.
so far, it's looking like just slightly over 1,000 dragons to fix this place up.
I try not to pale.
So, our estimates were pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
Bring in your own guild member buddies, we could have the bar running in less than, 10 days. Closer to even that Grand Mark. So, without too many adjustments or embellishments, could have the whole place back into her former self, new short-skirted gala dress and all, ready for a horde of drunken bastards to come inside her and forget their troubles.
This is Harold. It's like this. Oh my god. Well, as horrifically detailed as that was, I am very excited, and I can tell this partnership's really working out.
That's gonna be great.
By the way, that's Ransack Ceramics. Make sure you write that down.
He makes a note.
Okay,
Ransack ceramics, that's a good, 200 gold, that's a good price. You said they'll have everything.
Yeah, everything.
All
the
right,
full
I'll
set.
put that in. All right, and like I said, just get with whoever you want to actually do the renovations. Get them in contact with me, and
Sure.
we'll get it set up. Like I said, a 10-day at the longest, hopefully, to get this place going.
So exciting, man. It's super
Amazing.
cool. Can we drop some stuff off in here, or is it going to be like, do we need to wait outside for a little bit?
No, feel free to put it in, but once renovations start, you gotta find a place to stay.
That's fine. Cool. I'll make sure everybody knows.
All right.
And,
I will reiterate that he is talking about just the ale tap
Right.
room
Yeah, yeah,
being done in a 10-day.
Yeah, not the rest of the house.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we agreed on. So, totally. I'll be after you.
Okay.
And-
Big alarm load of books. I pick them back up and.
Take them up to drop them off at the library.
She's got like books, like easily carrying them. I'm like starting to get tired with my bag.
You got a little drippage going down your back. Your whole back's covered in shite.
Oh. Thanks, man. I'm gonna head inside. Are you using that armor? Are you wearing armor right now?
Yeah, my chainmail.
Hey, are you using that?
Do you want it?
I wanna wipe my hands on it.
Why don't I go get you something to wipe your hands on?
I just wipe it on the actual bag. Screw it. Yeah, then we'll drop our stuff off.
Okay. All right. And then you make your way back towards.
I'm gonna go say hi to Biblio first. And...
Eyes pop open. He...
Oh, baby. I know. And then I'll be back. Set him down and run back downstairs to Harold.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
And
you actually see like there's actually a rat tail next to him.
Yes.
Did you get yourself some food? Oh, I'm so proud of you, baby. Good job.
Hey, Sasha, are you ready to go?
You're a good baby.
Whoa. Pick up
caught
the
a
rat
rat.
tail. No kidding.
You're such a good baby.
I guess the rat was looking for something to read. All right, so let's get out of here.
And
Good to see you, Biblio,
you
and give
make
him a
your
little
way
scratch on the
towards
chin.
the
Chin?
portal.
You know, the lower end of the
Where are you guys headed?
the yawning portal.
Okay.
You get sticky stuff on your finger.
Great.
It's just the price of, loving him.
You need to invest in a handkerchief.
Yeah, they go bad so fast.
All right. Flashback to brownies.
Making our way towards the bakery.
I almost said downtown.
Downtown.
Every time everyone says, making my way.
You come up to a quaint Germanic Jack and Jill twin shop that stands side by side, yet together as one. In between two wooden doors is a simple sign that divides the two that hangs and reads, Meats and Treats.
So cool.
You enter the left half, as opposed to the right of the conjoined building that makes up the establishment. Your nostrils are beckoned by the sweet scents of sugary confections, the savory aroma of baked meat pies, the warm, aromatic smells of spices and fresh baked breads. Almost as if, caught in a trance, you find your pupils dilated, your nostrils widened, and your mouth salivating. Skipping around the shop, placing baked goods in their respective baskets, is a young, blonde human woman of fair, pale, soot and flour-covered skin with platinum blonde, short, pigtailed curls into the shape of hot buns. She has bright blue eyes with red and golden flakes, and a slightly off-putting but very inviting cat-like grin that seems to never leave her face.
Oh, customers. Oh, hi, how are you? I'm Katerina Burlesque. You can call me Kitty. Everyone else does. Welcome to Meats and Treats. How can I help you today?
The young woman dusts herself off, removing an oven mitt, and before she rolls down her sleeves, you all catch the quick glimpse of a very old, severe burn scar that runs down both of her forearms. Her hands now resting on her brown saloon-style skirt hips below her white chef-style double-breasted high-collared blouse. She tilts her head quizzically, waiting for an answer.
We're looking for, like, brownies.
Oh!
Like, really good brownies.
Of course, I just baked some with creme brulee toppings.
Perfect.
I get you an entire pan for 2 gold.
That sounds right up our alley.
Yeah.
Or individually for 3 copper.
Get the
Entire
pan.
Whoa!
I feel some weird things coming down the back of my neck that I think we should buy the pan.
I know it too. Divine intervention.
I guess so.
Wonderful, awesome. Let me get that. And she actually pulls a plate out and starts.
Is it possible to put wording on it at all?
Yeah, I can do that. On brownies?
Like on the top? Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. What do you want?
I want.
Be an extra 2 copper.
That's fine. Congratulations to our angel.
Sure. And she takes the tray back, and she's gone for a few minutes. You kind of see her in the kind of in the back on a shelf. She's like, kind of like
This is attached
humming
to
to
the
her.
shop next door.
There's a wall that divides it, and there is a Jack and Jill door that you can go in.
As she's in the back, I begin looking around. I'm looking for any kind of secret compartments or anything that could be potentially secret walls, things like that.
There's a door that separates the two.
Things that
but-
wouldn't be seen mostly by most people.
Make an investigation check.
19.
In this open, mini shelved and like an island with a bunch of baskets holding bread, there doesn't seem to be anything weird and strange and out of place.
Okay.
And she comes back about 5 minutes later, and she has a very like a box, and she presents it and opens it up, and the brownies have they're already cut because she had pre-cut them to display, and then they're all laid out flat in this box, and then in the writing it says in very elegant, almost filigree-like, calligraphy-like font says, "Congratulations to our angel."
Perfect.
And it is actually in gold. I just took a guess on the color based on the wording, but
Perfect.
great. And she goes, 2 gold, 2 copper.
I pay, and as soon as I do, is said, how late are you open?
We're open to about an hour after sundown.
How close are we to that?
Let's calculate that real quick. It's about midday.
Okay. Do you mind if we come back to pick these up later in the day?
Sure. Sure.
I'd say, I don't know what kind of business we're going to be getting to in the yawning portal. I don't want to walk around with a bunch of brownies.
Sure, I can hold them.
Thank you,
Yeah.
miss.
What name should I put them under?
Vinley.
Finley. Okay. And she spell that?
Venlee.
And she writes it out. Got it. And she tears the piece of. She actually writes it on like a piece of butcher's paper, tears it off, and sets it on it, and sets it on a shelf in the back.
Thank you. You are associated with the gentleman next door?
I am, with Armel. Yeah, he's my business partner.
Understood.
Yep. We own meats and treats together.
Good.
I'm part of the Baker's Guild, he's part of the Butcher's Guild. Figured it was a good
Of course you
kind of get your everything together. Plus, meats and treat is the cutest name ever.
It's quite pleasing.
Sure. Nice meeting you.
Do you too?
Katarina.
Like I said, just call me Kitty.
Quick. This is an odd question. Have you ever been out to sea?
I mean, I've been on a boat once or twice, but never really. Not like on the sea.
Stupid question. Sorry.
Sorry.
I leave.
Okay.
Bye.
As you two leave, you see a young girl in a
Oh God, yes.
blue
I'm geeking out.
Lolita dress.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be like 14, 15, and she walks into the right side of the building, and she's carrying a maul that looks like
What?
the style. Yeah, that looks like the style of a meat tenderizer.
How big is it?
It's pretty damn big. Like, you're like, how the hell is this tiny girl carrying this massive meat tenderizer?
Looks to be about 14, 15.
Mm-hmm. And she just
Like-
skips in.
Dwarf, maybe?
She's not stout. She seems pretty.
Lithe?
Yeah.
I kind of watch her go in. It's
Same.
completely closed off. Is there any glass on the outside or
There's
windows?
two
looking in?
windows on the front of each.
I sidle by trying to keep a side eye on what's going on over there without trying to look too suspicious.
You see her walk in. There's the man in the tall top hat at the counter. Nods to her. Doesn't really say. You don't see any words. Nods his head to the back, and she walks straight into the back room.
Skipping.
Yeah.
There's one more person I can't wait to see. I'm so excited.
I hate this place.
As you walk away, you hear coming from the back, like around, you couldn't see, is like around the corner. You kind of hear a growl, and you hear "Damn oven!" and then that's what you hear. That's what you see. Or that's what you hear as you leave.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much nostalgia, and I'm the only one who gets it.
I feel like
feel
this
like
is like Ethan's fan service.
It's actually.
You ever feel like you're not part of an in-joke somewhere? But
And where do you guys head? Are you gonna head to the Yawning Portal?
Yawning portal.
Okay.
right?
And arrive about the same time from all your errands, from your multiple errands and the long trip, and then back.
hey, anything eventful happen?
Well, we got the fat man sitting out in a hammock out front, watching everybody get everything handled. The downstairs area is going to be good in about a 10-day. Ready for
Really?
business, yeah, ready for business.
Biblio caught a rat.
Biblio
Oh.
caught a rat.
How does he move?
I think
I think he just used his tongue. He waited for the rat to get close and then.
Oh, like a frog.
Yeah.
Without the gotcha.
he wants us to
Innovative.
start.
So-
He wants us to start getting people. Oh, go ahead.
Pest control.
Yeah. Actually.
See, he's serving a purpose.
The other thing is we need to get everybody who we want to work on the house to our
Yes.
boy.
Agreed.
And any renovations we want done need to be turned in to Mert.
Yep.
We'll do that. Conversation to be had later in the day. For now.
Let's go. And I'm gonna march right on into my favorite bar. Second favorite now.
I follow.
You all find yourselves once again at the place you all met for the first time in the throes of a bar battle with a troll that climbed its way out from the depths of the well that gives this establishment its name. The patrons inside aren't too rowdy this time, although a few drunkards seem to be trying their best not to trip over themselves or each other as Threestrings plays a cheery tune on his lute. Familiar smells of ale, fresh baked pies, and meats waft through the air, almost as if they were the aromatic notes of the music floating through the tavern. The young woman with red hair and silvery green piercing eyes in simple barmaid's clothes approaches you. She looks a little tired, as the circles around her eyes are a little darker than usual.
Hey everyone. Seems like the new gang's all back together now, Harold?
Yeah, well, mostly.
Fearless troll slayers. Yeah, where is the
V just kind of taking a break. She's back at the.
She
back
had
at
some
the
stuff
place.
to do.
Oh, alright. What shall I be fetching? Oh, my lovely heroes.
Are you feeling okay?
Don't worry, dearie. It's worry not.
Okay, well, if you're having any issues, you can let me know.
Yeah,
Could I get some of that the brew that makes you feel better?
you want a Durnan's draft?
Yes.
I give you 20 gold, 8 copper.
Oh, thank you. Did
That's
you
all
get
that-
the cooking stuff?
We did.
Wonderful.
Now, who's gonna tell me about your new exciting place? Threestrings told me you're all starting up a bar in the North End.
We are, and it's amazing.
Not getting tired of little me now, are you?
No, not of course not.
All right.
But just think, you'll have some place you can go,
And
and we can serve you.
that'd actually be quite nice
I'd
if I
love to-
can catch a break.
I owe you a few, you know.
Drinks on the house.
Likewise.
All right. Oh no, I mean for me.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't run this place. You gotta deal with Durnan. And speaking of, just don't be letting Durnan know you're skipping out on his bar to make coin of your own. Right?
Yeah.
He won't be angry, and he's not gonna, cause any rivalry. But you have to sit through an hour-long rant of why he thinks you're not doing yourself a favor.
You know, I don't think I've actually had a single conversation with Darren.
You don't want it. Don't worry. We're not going to bring anything up to him. I'd rather do things that I'm not going to say in present company. But don't worry about it. The first drink's on me. At our place.
Oh,
Second one's on me.
I'd love it. Speaking of drinks, anything else? The Durnan's draft for you and
Water.
Water.
menu? Anyone?
No,
How?
I
I'll take a
could
meat.
eat.
I could eat actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just take something alcoholic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
there's the
pick
menu.
off, pick off the menu and let us know what you want.
I kind of look over and like, is Threestrings, is he almost done with this song?
He just kind of started maybe about 30 minutes ago, so probably another 30 minutes.
All right.
Usually does hour sets.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
get some drink, get some food, and then, I'll send them your way.
Cool. Good seeing you, Bonnie.
You as well, Harold.
And
And
if you-
it's been a while. It's been 5 days, 6 days. I'm kind of losing track. Can I get your names again?
Seisha.
Seisha.
My name is Bill Ronto.
I'm Vinley.
It's a pleasure to meet you all once again. I'll be back with all of your orders soon enough.
Thank you.
As she's standing there, can I just look her over and see if there's anything medically wrong with her?
Sure, make a medicine check.
That's legit. I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Because it's troubling me that she's not remembering who we are. Or like, I've met her 4 times. And
Yes,
meets a
you.
lot of
Yeah.
21.
When you go to say your name,
Yeah.
she says it.
Okay.
Oh, like, right.
It
that.
troubled me last time we were in here and she didn't remember.
She meets a lot of people.
Yeah, right. But still.
She doesn't. She's tired.
Just tired?
Just tired.
Is it getting into exhaustion point?
Probably.
Probably.
Point, but
Yeah. You've noticed that she's kind of really the only person you see
Working.
really running this,
Yeah.
this bar.
Can I ask you a personal question real quick?
As long as I have the free will to maybe not answer it.
Yes.
All right.
How much do you get paid per 10 day?
Oh. Yeah, it's a little personal of a question. At least you didn't ask my age.
I think he's asking so we have an idea of what a fair wage is.
Okay.
Durnan does not strike me as an unfair man.
No, he's not. He pays me well enough. Enough to keep me going every day. But I make about 10 gold per 10 day.
Really?
And
You work
so-
hard.
and then plus tips.
Okay.
But this is a very popular, very established tavern.
And you're basically one of the only servers here,
Yeah.
if not the only server.
Yeah.
There's from time to time if I really need a break.
Right.
I love this place. I love the people. I get to see all my favorite friends. And I get to see all the stupid people that want to make their way down into the yawning portal.
Yeah, it's pretty much dinner and a show.
It is. That guy that jumped in what was that?
Yeah, who? Wait, was that him?
Yeah, the guy who leapt off and was like wearing the purple, like some kind of jerk.
Okay.
Who was that handsome devil?
His name's Ricard.
Ricard. The other purple guy.
My rival guy.
So she leaves.
Before you go.
She took all your orders.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just make sure that you mark down. I will hold you to it.
I'm going to give her a gold and 5 silver.
Okay.
Water, because I have no money.
Do you want something?
No, it's fine.
About 10 minutes later, she comes back, and Vinley, you notice that her tiredness is gone. There's no bags or dark circles around her eyes. She seems a little chipper.
Okay.
The way she expresses herself.
She seems a little.
What's your passive insight?
13.
13. It's harder to tell if her chipperness is a facade, but her visual appearance seems.
When she sets down the food, I will just be like, "Oh, you look better."
I just you said something. I put my face on.
Oh, I don't want you to make you. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad or anything.
I have to be presentable for the people.
That's
understandable.
If I start looking tired, it looks bad on the bar.
You should really get some rest, bro.
I will when the time comes.
Fair.
You and me both, Bonnie. You and me both. No.
You're role playing, guys.
I'm blushing a little bit.
Oh man, it just got real.
It's real. And as Threestrings comes to the end of his set, we're gonna take a break and find out what happens afterwards.
What juicy information.
Nothing.
Thank you guys so much. Again, 100 subscribers. We're gonna do those giveaways, and we are super excited and cannot wait to do that. We're gonna give away those dice bags that Goblin cannot have. So please subscribe so I can give it to someone else and watch her face as it is right now.
Also, hopefully we are in the chat with you right now and saying hey to everyone. Thanks for staying with us through this temporary time of pre-recordings. We will be back to live as soon as possible. Yes, and when we're not chatting with you in the live chat with Twitch, check us out at Discord.
Discord! So awesome. We'll be back, guys. See you in a few. Welcome back.
Oh my god.
Been on the floor.
It has
on the floor now.
Meeple's clean.
So professional. All right.
Welcome back, guys. So far, everybody's been tying bows on a bunch of loose ends and just making sure everything is in order before they add more to their plate, as it seems to happen every single day. They all find themselves back at the yawning portal, meeting back up with Threestrings to talk about the mission of Monty and Uza.
After about 30 minutes or so, the fair-skinned, narrow-bodied, ash-brown-haired Iliscan man known as Threestrings starts to walk meagerly towards your table. He pulls up an unoccupied chair from a nearby table and sits in reversely with his arms crossed over the back of it, facing you.
Oh, he's cool.
What's up, Riker?
That was literally gonna be like, you Rikered us right in the face. Steps over the chair to sit in it.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you on the morrow. How are you, Seisha?
I am wonderful, thank you. How are you?
How are you all faring?
Faring just fine. Looks like we've gotten everything we needed to.
Yep. Where's V?
Dealing with some stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's okay.
she
She's
okay?
fine.
All right. Did she show you Monty?
Yes. Fucking horse.
So he actually talked.
Yeah, he really talked.
Allegedly.
Remember, he only speaks around people that he likes or knows that he can talk.
He is one hell of a dude and pretty knowledgeable too. I can see why you guys talk to him.
It's good to have someone like me.
Yeah, unsuspecting.
Yeah. And good, that means that he likes you guys.
Yes.
And if he didn't, I'd have to tell him to be nice to my girlfriend. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Bad joke.
You see her
I was
like,
gonna say she had
was
a
there
different
something
impression.
you thought? Is there something you forgot to tell me? Okay, cool.
All of our faces just went.
Yeah, sorry, bad joke.
No, it's fine.
Bards.
Yeah, we're good
Are
with this.
wonderful.
You're right, and we're modest too.
So, what did he say?
He told us specifically
You see him pull out a notebook.
that there were 2 people seen picked up by a carriage, believed to be zhentarim agents, zhentarim agents, I should say. The stallion, or the guy in charge, was a elf with blue coats, greens, and yellow hair.
Okay.
The woman was. I look around to see if she's in here.
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
He was a sun elf.
Sun elf, yes. 13. No, I'm sorry, 12.
You look around. You don't see her.
Yagra.
As you begin speaking, he's jotting everything down that you say, asking for details on everything Monty said.
Yeah.
When you mention Yagra, you notice his demeanor change as he sits up and cocks his head slightly, inquisitively, and perplexed with a furrowed brow.
And everyone that has not heard it before hears his voice change. Yagra. You think Monty's describing Yagra?
He described a half-orc with blue-gray skin, leathers, and black hair coming into this tavern, and there's only one person who fits that description.
The one you and I take bets on against Wrestling V.
Yep. Now, this is what he saw, so there's no telling whether or not he's right. We were going to investigate further to try to pin this one down.
I would explain the bar fight with those Xanathar thugs. Problem is, the night Monty is talking about is the night V and I, when we were in the Sea Ward, in the Hero's Garden.
Yeah.
And she nor a sun elf of your descriptions have been here since. I'll keep an eye out, keep you informed if they show up.
Yep.
Keep me informed if you see them.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what's going on.
I agree.
Do you have any more information on this, why this blood war started? What either side wants?
They're planning to gather a group to root out the Xanathar in the area.
Any other things? We haven't figured out why this started.
No idea. Monty didn't say anything about that.
Something troubling you? Have you not told them?
You told me not to say things, and V was with us the whole time.
True.
I kind of figured it out.
That means you've done dealings with the Harpers before.
Yes.
Who are the Harpers?
Now's a great time to explain to Seisha who the Harpers are.
I agree.
The thing I told you not to talk to V about was about that particular subject.
Right, but if you give her a string, she'll unravel the whole sweater.
So, you're new to Waterdeep. The Harpers. This is where we started. But we're throughout everywhere in Faerun. You've probably met quite a few of us already. Unknowingly, because that's how we like to keep it. See, we are the whispers in the night, the eyes amongst the crowd, to make sure that everything goes smoothly so that no person is harmed, so that Faerun will stay diligent in its fight against the evils that plague this world.
So you're like a covert Force Grey, but on a larger scale?
Yes, the Force Grey are more,
Direct.
yes.
This is subtle changes.
Also, Force Grey is more like a task force. We're literally just eyes and ears, mostly. That's why bards are often chosen.
So you're an information network.
Yes. That means that the reason why we have false identities, mine being Threestrings. I am still Matron Merrick. That is not a lie. Threestrings is the persona that I put forth amongst the masses so that I can stand in front of all of them unsuspectingly and gather the information that's needed without other people knowing that's happening.
I can see the wheels turning. Is something bothering
Go
you?
ahead and make me a history check, Seisha.
That's going to be a history letters 18.
Now that he starts talking, you actually, you always thought they were musicians, but you do recall reading about Harpers. You actually read them that they actually started like elven military leaders in the now lost city of Myth Draenor. Elminister himself was a Harper. They are literally eyes and ears of good.
So, you guys share knowledge, but prudently.
They do what they gotta do to make sure good happens. Whether that's sharing information, watching somebody, telling a little white lie here and there, whatever you gotta do to make sure everybody's safe. Am I right?
Just like Bill.
Are you a Harper?
No, but I like to think of myself as a noble liar, too.
Fair.
We might have room amongst our ranks for you.
No.
Fair? It's just an offer, not a demand.
But
Speak plainly. What troubles you?
the deceit.
All right, let me put you into a scenario so that you can understand. So let's say there's a man who has great power and great influence over a bunch of people. Let's say this man is a noble who has the money, the ties, and the people to make more innocent lives more troubled. People that are not involved, people that are not privy to information.
Like people in the field ward.
That is a very good example, yes. They are easy targets. No one really cares about them. So, let's say that we have information on said man, but he doesn't know that we have. We're able to work in the shadows silently so that we can put all of the figures on the chessboard before making our move, thinking three steps ahead. Otherwise, if he knows what moves we're going to make, he can thwart our moves and take out our pawns.
Think of it like fainting with a sword.
Couldn't you just tell him what you know and threaten to release it?
You are a sweet child. Money and influence and power hold sway over words. Because if we didn't have hard evidence proof to present to the masked lords and the magistrates and maybe even the open lord, then I could be brought up upon, or we, or whoever does, could be brought up on charges of
But
against of sullying the name of a lord.
But you would eventually let the truth be known.
Everything is always working towards a truth.
Do I get the feeling that he is talking about someone specific when he says
Make an
these
insight check.
things?
I would also like to make that insight check
Make
because
an
I think
insight
I know.
Oh,
That's cocked.
That is a natural 1.
rule of 2, but I really want to make it 2 because
18.
18? You're too focused on trying to get her to understand. Like, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Just understand.
That's a really good herald.
Just get it, man!
And boss, you see that the intensity of his words, although dancing and skirting around, said that he probably is definitely alluding to something very specific.
Any guess as to who I might think that is?
No.
I had a feeling.
There 1,000 people
Yeah,
in Waterdeep,
yeah.
and you of all people know that everybody has two faces.
Curious.
So, would it help you if I told you our code?
Maybe?
lie.
First of all, Harpers work against villainy and wickedness wherever we find it. But we work mindful of the consequences of what we and they do, and what that means. Where the Order of the Gauntlet would,
Come down with an iron fist?
yes, and some people see that as just. There can be ramifications from such an overtly ostentatious attack.
Especially from someone powerful.
All beings should walk free of fear, with the right to live their lives as they wish. Be it poor, rich, free is the way we wish the world to be. The rule of law aids peace and fosters freedom, so long as the laws are just and those who enforce them are lenient in understanding. Laws to a letter can be manipulated in their wording, where someone that doesn't have the knowledge or maybe even the money to understand these laws fully can be taken advantage of and not be put into a free lifestyle. No extreme is good. For freedom to flourish, there must be balance. The power of the realms, the reaches of the cities and the wilderness, and into each other, and the influence of one being over another is not what we want. We want harmony. And whatever it takes, a Harper will do. Pride never rules the deeds of a true Harper. Freedom is a multiversal right. The Harpers can spare themselves less freedom than those they work to protect when the need presents itself. And if you're worried about us and how corrupt we may become, Harpers police their own. A Harper who hears the call of a personal power can no longer hear the sweet song of a harp. A Harper who seizes power and holds it above all else is a traitor to the harps, and traitors must die for freedom to live. We do what is necessary, because without a past, no being can appreciate what they have and where they may be going. So we do what is for the greater good.
I think maybe the way you were raised might have been a little,
Extreme.
not extreme. Maybe they just wanted you to believe the world was a softer place than it is.
I think your father sent you to the city specifically to have your views tested against the reality of the world. You don't have to like what he says, nor do you have to agree with what he does. But all I would say is you know he is not a bad person. And while he may do things that are contradictory to your morality, He does them with the intent to help those who do not have the power to help themselves.
A lot like Two Handsome Guys, you know.
Sure. You just have to think on it right now. No decisions need to be made.
Can I talk to the savant about this?
Yes. Harper's a known. Just don't let identities be known.
He's trusting you a lot.
Some Harpers even are unknown to other Harpers. That way we can that's how we police our own. Because some that know who to look for, and those that don't know who they're talking to and can slip up.
Someone who's new might be trying to infiltrate, so you don't want them to know everything.
Exactly. Where knowledge is good and powerful, an abundance of knowledge can be a burden.
And very dangerous.
Exactly, especially in the wrong hands. So, we don't lie overtly, except in our persona. We just omit truth until it is necessary for the appropriate time for them to be revealed.
Is your name really Harold?
Don't tell Fate.
Thank you for telling me the truth. Okay.
Your name's not Harold?
I think I should leave the table for the rest of the discussion. I'm just gonna go up to the bar.
I understand.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
She'll get up and head to the bar.
He puts a hand on you before you leave, and he says, I hope it doesn't disturb you, but when you speak to me, I will be Threestrings. This is an open invitation to the Harpers for your group. I'm letting you know the truth, but I cannot compromise. When I'm on that stage, when I'm amongst the people, I will be Threestrings.
Yeah, no, I've gotten used to the idea of different identities.
Hey, let's go.
Get up and go to the bar.
Are you sure you're not a Harper?
I'm gonna be now.
It's good to hear, Harold. Don't tell me your other name.
I'm not. It's not worth repeating.
I am curious as to why or how you have a second identity.
Oh, I keep it right here anytime I need it.
So, I will find you all not with V. I would discuss it now, but we're too much in a public place. And he looks back at the stage. And I have a persona to keep up. But we will talk about Elerthat Gathala.
Have I ever heard that name before?
You've not heard Elerthat Gathala, but you've heard Gathala.
Okay. I didn't know if I remembered her last name or not, no, honestly. A second.
So, she thinks something about how he got his money didn't make sense. But the Gathalas earned their wealth through mining.
Has anybody investigated the mines?
Not yet.
Might be something worth looking into.
Eventually, yes, but we're not there yet.
No, we're not. That's a tall mountain you're trying to climb, and I'm not making a joke about them being giants. I'm saying this is not going to be an easy task.
Oh, I know. That's eventually. We want V to be the one that gets close.
Do you have a hypothesis on how they made their funds?
everything seems to be in working order. All the numbers add up. Mostly. There's some discrepancies that we've found. We're just looking for more evidence. Right now we have a bunch of holes that need to be filled. And that's you being as close to them, working with them for 3 years. Is there anything that you learned?
Don't piss him off.
Yeah, because not only does he have wealth and power, that's a brute.
He's got vindictiveness. If he finds out what's going on, and he finds out your group is a part of it, he will hunt all of them down in the city.
I know. Like I said, close to the chest.
Yep. Well, we've all learned a lot.
When I meet you again, you will be indoctrined. You will be a Harper.
I'm honored.
It's good to have you with us. And anyone else that wants to join. I know you said no.
I would like to speak to you alone one moment before we part ways.
This can be done.
I'm kind of already committed to someone else. Maybe if that doesn't work out, I'll try and be hard.
Sounds good. Factions can work together. Minus the Xanathar Guild, who consider themselves a faction but are just a black market scheme.
Then maybe. I'll think about it.
However, we do have some that infiltrate.
And on that note, I'm going to go to the bar.
I'm going to follow Harold.
Okay. As you go to the bar, Seisha, Durnan comes over and just sets a drink in front of you. I know that look. Yep.
I thought she was about to choke there.
Me too.
Having friends is hard.
Shakes his head.
Good thing I ain't your friend. Walks off.
Hey, I have a question.
As long as you're not trying to tell me some sob story.
No. And you can tell me it's none of my business. But, what happened between you and Mert?
It's none of your business.
Okay. I was just curious.
You guys approach the bar.
It's 4 copper for the drink. And he walks away.
I set 5 on the bar.
I'll sit down next to her.
I'll sit on the other side of Harold.
Threestrings looks at you.
I take out a piece of paper and I write something on it, and then I pass it to him.
All right.
Do you recognize this symbol?
What's happening?
I'm very nervous.
I know. 3 years and you show him your little symbol. I'm just saying.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now?
I do recognize it. I'm not going to speak its name. But it's not my mission.
Do you have operatives working on it?
We do, I just don't know who they are right now.
If you can guarantee me an inn where I can hurt them.
You want to hurt the Harpers?
Not the Harpers.
Understood. Your transition needs a little work.
Say.
I joined your organization. Shut up, Paul.
No, I'm sorry.
She said on the side.
No, it
So
was
she said on the
definitely
side.
a laugh at Finley. Rhea.
You can guarantee me that I would join your organization.
What you're asking about is a little deeper, a little more dangerous.
Yes, it is. They're still here.
We know.
They're still powerful.
There's whispers. So you want to join our ranks if we can,
That's all I want.
if you want this to be your mission.
Only that.
Help us with this Elithak situation. Prove to us that you're really for the greater good and not revenge. Or whatever is plaguing you to seek such violence. Not saying that they don't deserve it. I'm just saying it's not the Harper code.
Violent men always come to violent ends.
This is true. Don't let the violence kill who you are.
I get up. It's too late for that. I'll walk away.
And it under kind of loud enough for you to hear, but not. He goes, vengeance is a chain. You are not free.
I bristle at that comment. But I keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of leaning on Harold at this point.
He's got
Head
his
on
arm.
his
He's got his
shoulder.
arm around her. You put your head in something sticky and gooey.
Yeah, Biblio's my favorite pet, so I'm used to it. Still not as disturbing.
I walk up to the bar with the rest of you.
You looking for a drink now too?
No, I've already got something to keep me warm.
That sounds horrifying.
All right, so we follow this to the end. Are we all in agreement?
I mean, hell, we've made it 6 days together without killing each other. We're doing pretty good.
Fair enough.
So far, so good.
I mean, this trail.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm committed.
All right, we'll need to figure out our next move then. And we'll need to keep her in the dark.
I think the time has come to let her out of the dark.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think Matt's wrong.
I think we should give her a little bit.
I think we should. I don't think I can keep a secret from her any longer.
I mean, we should give her a little bit of time.
What is she going to do? That's my question.
My instincts say there's a possibility she might run to her dad and be like, tell me all that's not true.
Right.
But if I present it the way I plan to present it to her, I think she'll understand. I know she'll understand.
Y'all aren't talking about me, are you?
No.
No. Talking about
I think
You're-
right now is not the best time, Harold. Seeing as what she just went through.
I just want to gauge the situation, because if she finds out before we tell her, then it's going to be way worse.
Let's figure out what we'll do back at the base.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, see, there's a lot of people all over the manor right now,
But
which
they're all
reminds me,
downstairs.
we're going to need to find a place to stay while they're working on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
You want to just stay here?
I don't have any money.
I've got the money. I've got it.
Yeah, I'll cover anybody who needs covering. With my... He jingles his bag. Copious amount of money.
Well, we still have to go back to tell
Yeah.
the people.
Plus, V was going to meet us there at some point.
Yep.
I need a bath.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah, that actually does.
Not
with you guys, but you know, do y'all want to
Oh,
go
I
to
thought
the?
that was clearly the implication.
Do you guys want to go to the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
Bentley,
sorry.
people soup.
Oh, you'll have fun. You never been to a bathhouse?
Oh, you made that sound really
Bathhouses
appealing.
are awesome. They're great. You get to relax, nice hot water. You just chill out. It's awesome.
Why?
It's
feels
relaxing.
good.
It feels
It feels
great.
good.
You're gonna like it.
You know, like when you're really cold and you get under a bunch of blankets and you get warm and comfortable.
Now just imagine the blankets are wet. Okay, that didn't work out.
No, just imagine that the blankets aren't heavy, but you still have that warm, wonderful, comfortable feeling.
I'm feeling more warm and comfortable already. Let's go.
You can try it, and if you don't like it, I mean,
I'll try it. I'll try it.
Seisha.
Yeah.
Before we go, can I talk to you real quick? Can I have a moment? Once they're gone, I walk outside.
I will too.
Oscar. My real name is Oscar Cord.
Oscar,
Don't call me that,
I
please.
won't. That's the only time.
It's better to put that name away.
Okay.
It's not a lying thing. I'm
No,
Harold
I
now.
understand. Bill has kind of explained it.
I'm just not proud of that name anymore. Let's go.
Okay.
Give him one more hug and then head out the door.
You're hugging a lot of people.
I am. I'm in a huggy mood.
Hugs.
I'm a paladin now. I'm in a huggy mood.
All right. Any more stops in the trades ward before you?
There'd be two for me.
Okay.
First, we have to pick up brownies.
I can just go do
Okay.
that.
I need to pick up a chalkboard, and while I'm there,
We already did.
no, I left it there
Oh, that's right.
because
Okay.
it's cumbersome to carry that thing
Yeah.
around. I go to pick that up, and while I'm there, saying there's an errand to run to the rest of you,
sure, yeah.
obviously.
Me too, bye.
Yeah. Go there. Who is there?
As you enter, you look around real quickly. There's a couple of patrons perusing the aisles, and you see Jonas at the counter. And you look through the aisles as if perusing yourself, but more so looking for a person and not an item, but you do not see Reddard.
Okay. I go up to the counter. I don't have any money, so I can't even pretend like I'm doing anything else besides talking to him. I go up to him.
He pulls from the back shelf chalkboard.
Thank you. A friend of mine can't speak. This is the best way we have to communicate with him.
That's troublesome.
It is, but I owe him.
All right.
You said, your nephew, what was his name again?
Reddard, what's your interest in him?
Did he tell you how we found him?
Said something about being in the sewers, working for a gang. That's about it.
When we found him, he looked somewhat broken and weak and terrified. And I'll admit we did not help with the situation.
That boy's been through a lot already.
He has. I know what it's like to be helpless and powerless. And I don't like seeing someone sitting in that. So, my interest in your nephew And he is your nephew, correct?
He is.
What happened to his parents?
They're dead.
Who by?
My sister was killed by her husband. As I said, this boy's been through a lot.
I see that. I also came from a violent background. Energy like that needs to be properly channeled into something constructive, because if it's not, you'll keep leaving. My interest is in seeing that it's channeled towards something that would make him stronger. I promise you this, not with a gang or anything like that. I don't want to see another soul get lost when I can do something about it. And if you feel like I'm intruding on your family, I understand. I'm not trying to do that. I'm really not.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Okay. $11.
11. What exactly are you going to do to make him stronger?
Teach him how to fight properly. Without rage, with intent, with skillful focus and calm in his heart, and to let him know when violence can be used and when it's not.
I don't want Reddard to be like his father.
He won't be. I think he's already experienced the kind of terror that comes from being helpless and weak. Generally, those who seek to help others know what it is like to be helpless. It's scarring. I don't know the situation of his parents, and I won't pry. But I think your child, your nephew, sorry.
I see him as my own.
Your
An
son,
honor
then.
I keep for my sister.
Your son, then, would use this kind of power for good, to protect those he cares about. I have been around someone who has had a fairly positive impact on me. Someone pure and just. Many people who have shown me how to properly use the skills that I have in a way that is not destructive, not selfish.
Are you one of the factions looking to...
No factions. As I said, I'm not trying to recruit your son. You have my word on that. His life will always be his own. I have no desire to control him.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Think on it.
Is there anything else you want to buy?
No. I will be back, though. But whatever your decision is, I will respect it.
I'm going to have a conversation with Reddard. Because you are affecting his life, not mine. Good day, sir.
Good day to you. I take the chalkboard.
I went to the bakery.
Do you guys have pants here? Is that a thing?
Were you there?
Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah, we have a whole purple section.
We're gonna
go. Easy enough. You walk in. She sees you.
Hello, Kitty. Thank you.
As you actually like as she hands it to you, you see a burst of fire kind of shoot out from the back room, and you hear more cursing and grumbling.
Have a great night.
I will. And then you kind of hear as she goes back, "Did you fix it yet, Char?" As she goes back and then.
No, not yet.
And then
You're not there. You're the only one who gets
This is one of my favorite stores, just to watch his reaction.
I never want you to go there.
yeah,
I never want you to go there.
Just find an excuse. I need bread. I need bread now. Let's go.
I don't.
get
We
bread.
have bread. I want fresh bread.
Okay, group goal. Anytime we're heading there as a gang, somebody has to get Harold
Somewhere else.
and go somewhere else.
And then finally, at the very end of the campaign, I go in there and I'm like, I don't know what the big fuss is about.
For those that don't know, we're a bunch of LARPers, and these are these are characters that are very close to our hearts.
Yes.
So,
Holy God, yes.
awesome. So you have that. You all make your way back to the manor, if nothing else is delaying you.
One other thing.
Oh God. I want to go back to the halfway house.
I will say this. I'm not done with them yet. But not today.
All right.
I would like to go to drop off the chalkboard and go to Falla's. Assuming it's open. If it's not, I'm just,
Funny enough,
I already got those.
you say that. As you all make your way to the manor,
I'm gonna say you guys take a bath before you, because I know something you said. Everybody bathes.
go to a
that happens,
bathhouse.
go to the bathhouse. Go ahead and just knock off 2 silver from your
If you're
your
just
list.
doing a basic
If you're just
bath.
doing a basic bath.
I need a private bath.
Yep, that's fine.
Yours will be 6 silver.
6 silver it is.
Silver it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be 6 silver
Are
for
you
private
getting
baths
them, or-
and not the community,
Okay.
not the big baths.
Yep. So that all happens, and then you meet back up, and
I feel like such a child.
V is standing outside, just kind of like looking in awe at the work that's happening on the tavern.
I'm gonna slip him 20 gold.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Like just a metal gauntlet in your
Oh my God, 1! Oh, and I have a -1 too. So I basically just throw it in his head.
So you come up and you're just smiling, and you go to you have this little hand of gold, and you just go and you're like, slip it into his pocket.
That's not
While
his
you're sitting
pocket.
there, and you just hear tink 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 as you look down, and there's a bunch of gold at your feet.
Pixel run bys and grab it.
You're like, no, it was that guy, and I just threw it away.
I scoop up the gold.
About 20 gold.
I do check my pocket to see if that silver is still there.
It is
It's still there.
Okay. I just smile internally.
Okay.
Never externally.
But when he does, it's
All right.
terrifying.
Yeah.
While outside, as you make your way back to the manor,
And as you turn to step out to head across the street,
a long creature comes bounding and bouncing in your direction. The weasel-like creature scurries across the flagstone-tiled courtyard and begins to climb up V's leg, who's now with you, before hopping up and perching up on her shoulder.
he's like,
Oh, it's so cute.
"What do I do? Do I take it off? Do I leave it on? Do I take it off?"
I gently reach out and attempt to grab this thing.
It looks like a weasel, ferret. It's kind of hard to make out.
Well, but the creature, now upon closer inspection, is a tangling weave of greens and brown-like vines, mimicking muscle groups covered in a fine, thin, sharp, bright green blades of grass that resemble fur that tickle your V's shoulder and at your hands as you reach towards it.
Runs up across your arm and now onto your shoulder.
It has a sharp musk scent of patchouli and sandalwood.
smells like dirty hippie.
It. It opens its cute, small, ferret-like jaw, and from it, you hear the soft, calm, soothing voice of Falla, the proprietor of Corellan's Crown.
The second I hear it talking, I attempt to snatch it from my shoulder and hold it out in front of me like I've never seen a cat before.
It's fine. It continues, and you see its mouth move. Vio, Miliana, and William. I hope the sun has greeted you well this day.
Yeah, we were both like, what? Oh, yeah.
I send you this message to formally inform you that I require your assistance. Make sure to ready quill and parchment at this time, for there will be a few important details throughout this message, and I am currently out and away gathering other supplies.
I parrot it kind of on my shoulder, and then I...
I'm on it. I pull out a book.
Okay.
An order for a few potions came in from a wealthy client, the Castellanters, to aid in all the violence striking the city.
Spell, please.
Cassalaanters.
Yep.
The mushrooms I mentioned I was low on yesterday are a key ingredient. If you and your fellow business partners are free for the next few days, I need someone to procure enough of these rare mushrooms to finish this rush order and restock my supply as soon as possible.
Understood. Where would we find them?
You'll find them in Waterdeep Forest, only 2 days' travel directly east of Waterdeep. They are all bracket fungi, called lion's mane, identifiable by its gathered long white clustered tendrils. Waterdeep is a lush, beautiful, but small forest, so it shouldn't be hard to find and gather as much as you can.
Name that forest again?
Waterdeep, Ardeep.
I actually spelled it right.
I suggest renting a cart for the journey and importing of the goods. I will reimburse any and all expenses paid for the services requested, as well as discuss payment upon delivery for services rendered as well. The city needs this as soon as possible, with no delay. Some poison is apparently causing the citizens of Splendor to lose their minds. As always, may the sun and moon rise up to greet you, your neighbor and friend, Falla La Falia.
They're the best.
Poison. All right.
And with that, with the last words that utter from the ferret-like creature's mouth, it seems to be engulfed in a growing bouquet of tiny yellow round flowers. As quickly as they grow, the creature diminishes as they wilt and form a cluster of lister white poofs of stem seeds. The wind kicks up as it dissolves into a dandelion creature that blows away into the wind. Nothing more than multiple floating spores.
As soon as that happens, I immediately look to you.
What?
What?
Recognize this form of magic, or
Do I recognize that?
Arcana check.
I don't.
I get advantage. Oh God. 13.
Animal messenger, but
Weird.
never seen anything like that before.
Usually it's an animal.
It's just an animal.
In my usual intellectual competition with Bentley, can I try?
Sure.
Uno.
And this was what? Arcana?
Arcana.
I know it's magic as long as it's not been snakes in my brain.
18.
Same. It's animal messenger. Spell druids have that they can convey messages through animals, but never anything like that before.
Typically, druids are able to summon animal messengers, but I've never heard about it being a plant. But it is a capability of druids.
It's very common among them.
As a deal, I don't think I informed you of the rest of this. I and V.
You and V? Like you and V?
Yeah.
Wells?
We went across. I mean, I was bored. There was no one here. Everyone all left.
That makes sense.
You went to the tavern to talk to the Threestrings without me. Remember? Yeah.
I remember that.
So I hung out with Boss.
So
What a
anyway,
delightful time we had together.
and now y'all
Work together.
Let me explain. I wanted Falla because we have to face facts. We're probably never going to have a cleric in this group as a permanent addition, and we have one health potion between the 5 of us. I went to follow with the thought that perhaps I could learn in exchange for services rendered.
That's pretty genius.
And V came with me and agreed to do the same.
Well, good for both of you guys. Rock on. I'm glad to see you guys are getting closer.
Yep.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And you guys are so enthusiastic.
In any case, as part of this, I agreed to do small jobs for her. If we could find time for this, I'd like to get this done as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I guess I can.
She's like holding the Volo's Guide to Waterdeep.
I could go to the Seaward and go to the Cartographers Guild, the map house, and find out where this forest is.
I might not be
While
able
you
to.
guys work on getting a cart.
They said a couple days.
Yeah, but it sounds like this is kind of an immediacy.
Yeah,
sort
if
of
people
thing.
in the city are being poisoned.
Are we sleeping in the woods? And I'm still waiting on a message from the Blackstaff.
I think we're probably... Well, I mean, we're supposed to not be here for a couple days when they're working on it, right?
Wouldn't they send, like, a magical message that could find you anywhere?
They asked where I live.
If I gave you one of the paper birds, do you want to send them a letter letting them know that you're heading to the Deep Forest?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Excellent.
You seem a little weirded out by all this. Are you okay?
I don't like the woods, Harold.
Me either. I get hell of poison ivy. Like, seriously, you want to talk about rashes? It's ridiculous. Anyway,
We'll see if we can get a cart and some basic camping equipment if we're going to be out there for a few days. Try to
Good
make
plan.
this as
I've
comfortable as
got
possible.
my stuff already. Although, could you clean my bedroll for me?
before we do all that, shouldn't we take the thing you got inside? And we can all,
Oh, yeah.
real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Common room?
Common room. Common room! So we'll play
second
music
story.
all the way up.
Second story common room.
Yep. And it's an 18. I play music the whole way up.
As you make your way down, you actually see that all of the crew has started to like disband for the day.
Is Mert still there?
Mert is actually, you see him actually making his way towards his carriage, and he stops and he just goes, good to see you. So just let me know as soon as you have the list of names of the workers who you want to do this stuff. And as I told Harold earlier, that I need any last-minute requests. Minor embellishments are fine. We can do that. That's fine. But probably get the tavern up and running within the 10-day. Rest of the renovations on the place can be, after
Done
that
as needed.
as needed. All right. But so from there, you're looking at, like I said, just under 1,000 dragons, which is about my estimate. So, but we'll get stuff going and get it going right away. I want to get started on it as early as tomorrow.
Do you know if there's a mason that works in this particular area?
I mean, you can check with the guilds, but I don't really know.
All right.
But
you said you're going to be starting tomorrow, so we need to be
shopping
out
local?
of here by tomorrow.
if you want to just give me a list of names, I'll reach out to them. If you like them in your alley here, you want to keep things local, that's fine. I get it. I like my neighbors too.
Yep.
No, I don't really. I hate my neighbors, but they're a bunch of pompous ass fucks. But other than that, I respect people who like their neighbors. Get them to me. I'll get it started. We'll get it going. I'll use who you want to use. No questions.
You have a
Understand.
list by tonight. It'll be arriving by bird.
Understand?
Okay.
Fucking buzzard, since he like walks away.
I didn't even.
If we're gonna do that, then my niece is to go to the group and say, "All right, before we do anything else, then I would like Steam and Steel to do any kind of cutlery, also anything they could possibly do involving anything metal,
Any iron working.
I agree.
work, anything like that for us.
We need to get.
They seem trustworthy.
And probably have to have them look at the oven and all that kind of stuff in there.
Speaking of, and would like very much to use Tolly as our main carpenter. I know there's some bad blood between them, and
Just schedule them on different days.
Let's see if we can smooth that out, maybe.
Do you want me to talk to him?
We need more than just you. It's
Me and Harold?
if you two think you can handle it.
Sure.
Man, I'm great at getting people to like things.
You're
Jesus God, that look was palpable.
showing some trepidation, Burnley.
Oh no, I don't like him.
Mert?
Yes, but also Tally.
He's in here.
Oh.
Mert's in here. Volo's Guide to Waterdeep.
Oh.
Yeah, of course he is. Let me guess, he's super important.
They entered the dungeons with the yawning portal of their own free will. I mean, they used to throw criminals in there, apparently. Not only that, but returned laden with treasures. Both used magic to extend their lives, but they eventually parted ways. What?
I'm gonna need to read that book.
I'm going to too.
What? Okay, yeah. Huh. Okay.
This is crazy. So, like, if that book is legit,
Actually, we have a copy for you from Beetle and Grimm. We just need to.
We'll get it for you in
What?
real quick.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
oh my god!
Oh my god.
I didn't know that was a real book. I was just like, oh, Volo's Guide to Waterdeep. That'd be cool if they ever published that.
I guess
I guess they probably
went
published
to
that.
DM's Guild and got it.
No, we'll get it to you guys real soon. Ross is procuring it.
I wanted to see if also Falla could add anything. I don't know, plant-like. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like a nice garden like area or something like that'd be
Some
great.
people find plants inviting.
I do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm some people.
Are you gonna be okay
With what?
going into this forest?
Yeah, no, I've been in woods before.
You just don't like them?
I don't like them.
Okay, that's fair.
So, we're going to need a mason, a plumber, as well as...
We don't have to use our people for those.
I know, but
This,
I prefer to use people that we can
Awesome
make
pamphlet
contacts
provided
with.
by Beetle and Grimm's.
That is so cool.
That is nice.
That is awesome. Thank you, Beetle and Grimm.
Beetle and Grimm's. I want to use as many of our people as possible as we can.
Okay.
I don't trust Mert. No one here should trust Mert.
Oh, I don't trust Mert at all.
Especially if not, there's only one kind of magic that Seisha just talked about, and I don't particularly like that brand.
In any case, I prefer if we could talk to the people we're working with directly. That way we don't have to use Mert as a middleman.
I think Mert's gonna end up being the middleman regardless. He's got all the money and the power. He can put himself wherever he wants
As
to be.
least as we possibly can, then. People we know and can trust.
But it's, considering we got to be out of here by tomorrow, I don't know that we got enough time to go looking for masons and plumbers and stuff. I trust that he's not going to make the shitter bad, because if he does that, he's just wrecking us all.
I'll tell you
I'll
what.
read tonight and see if I can find,
Are we
because they
leaving?
talk about places that are in, or
I'll tell you what.
yeah.
Why don't you two or three or whoever wants to go talk to Tolly then and see if
Yeah.
you can smooth that out. I'll go look for a mason.
My carpenter guy.
Before we leave,
Yeah.
I got these, and I slide the
Let's-
the white case across the table.
You open it or you just push the face?
I'll let her open it. Boom, motherfucker.
Oh, we holding on to that.
Amazing.
Just like sitting that down in your chair.
No, I had it sit up there. And I was like,
I got my brownie.
So you open it up and it's a case of brownies, and in nice calligraphy script, it says, "Congratulations to our angel."
Yeah.
Thank you.
it's the least I can do.
Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Just happy to see you succeeding in the things you love.
Would you guys want some brownies?
Yeah, I've never actually had a brownie before.
Yes, totally.
What? Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you're just like giving them out, of course.
hand out brownies to everyone.
Okay, you guys enjoy your brownies.
god.
You're going to be looking over the book.
This is really sweet.
I will say that Voss knows,
Okay.
because of all of your dealings and how much we've given you about the guilds so far. You know that in order to be sanctioned by the guilds and everything like that, your work speaks for itself, and if you can't uphold the quality, then you are no longer a part of the guild, and those that are not a part of the guild are typically, as Mert warned you about joining the Taverns Guild, typically are they don't get the best supplies in order to do the best work, so they're oftentimes not.
Okay. I won't bother with that then, but if you, me, the three of us want to head to Tali then while she's going over there.
You sure?
Apparently, if you heckle members of the Jesters Guild, then you get jeered at in public by no less than 4 guild members for a period of 4 days.
There's a Jester's Guild?
There's a Jesters Guild.
Sounds creepy.
Bureaucracy in the city is a plague.
I couldn't keep it together. Brother, you ain't wrong. Let's go see Tally.
Go have fun.
You sure you're gonna stay?
I have a new book.
I can't argue with that. Let's go.
Finley?
I'm going to.
He goes, you ever going to do anything fun?
Of course we're doing stuff that's fun.
We're about to go camping.
That is cool. We haven't been outside the city.
Like, totally. It'd be awesome to go camping.
Have you ever been camping?
No.
No.
I mean,
Harold, why?
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
You're gonna
It's
have
just,
a new experience.
They call it roughing it. You like it.
Roughing it.
Do I need to get camping clothes?
Just wear something comfortable.
Oh, Ross got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's funny.
Don't worry, you're gonna love it. We'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
And then as soon as we're outside, she's gonna hate that so much.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious.
How rich was she exactly?
Apparently Uber.
Her dad's one of those names you don't say in Waterdeep in a bad way. She's that rich. She was, they are filthy rich. That's the same that's the reason why every time there's a problem, she's like, why don't we just buy something? Why don't we just get something?
Does she have access to that kind of money?
Not yet. She kind of got, I don't want to say too much on her behalf, but we both kind of got kicked out.
All right. Does she still-
However, if everything goes the way we want it to with the Harpers, it's a possibility, but I don't like using, well, that's not true. I like using dirty money, but I don't think that V would feel super comfortable using her father's dirty money. Personally, I don't care where the money comes from. Once it's come to me, it's clean, right? Right? Yeah?
No, you and I actually are in agreement on that.
I actually agree with that as well.
Fuck yeah. Nailing it. Great team player.
It's possible we could make some coin on the side while the Harpers are nailing this man. I wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The more powerful a person is, the more I like to take something from them. Just to remind them.
Agreed.
Well, here we are, and
Yep. Not a long walk.
Yeah,
No.
you guys are actually you guys actually found yourselves just kind of standing in front of the store, just kind of talking. And the door again is this very intricate, reversed ziggurat style that just intricately weaves down and further and around. You open it, and again you're caught into the aroma of all of the nice woods. And again, you see.
what does Talia look like again? It's been a while since we've seen him.
Half elf.
He is a half.
That's all you care about.
I stopped listening to the description after those 2 words. I'm like, oh god. That's all I need to know.
How impure.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, we all go inside.
Wow.
All right.
Yes. Behind the counter is a thin-framed, gruff individual with thick black hair that falls just past his slightly pointed ears. His dark stubble on his cheek and chin, as well as his softer features, lean heavier into his human side over his elven. He wears a loose-fitting, short-sleeved tunic with a leather apron. His belt has many loops and pouches that hold the various carpentry tools, some of which he is currently using to work on a broken chair.
I will calmly step up to him with the other two and... Tolly, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
It's good to see you. Good news. I'm sure you saw across the street. We got some folks working.
A lot of
on the place.
commotion.
And so we were hoping you would be the carpenter we could use to help us renovate the place. Obviously, the pay would be there. We're going to put your name on a list if you agree to it, and we would give that to our investor, who would then pay you for the work.
He looks over at Voss and he goes, "Tools I sell you aren't doing any good?"
I'm not as good as you.
That's
I
fair.
openly admit that. The tools you sold me are actually quite good. I made basic headway, but nothing beyond just standard repairs.
All right, what do we
Help
look?
us cleaned up.
Smash cut to them just cutting up that warehouse.
That's amazing.
Last night I was...
So what are we looking at? How long? What's the pay?
You'd probably be getting started over. I mean, like this 10-day would be when it would be. I know it's kind of short notice.
You'll be talking with a man named Mert.
Maybe you've heard of him.
Yeah, the walrus. I know him.
Yeah. So he's going to be paying you with us, and we are going to jointly kind of get you set up over there. However, there is a little thing that we think we wanted to bring up with you, because we're all friends here, and we wanted to make sure that we're going to be
We're acquaintances.
fair. Okay, but we're
Neighbors.
We're working up to friends. Me and you, real close. So, if we were talking about
You see Tally just deadpan to you two, like, really? The audacity of this guy.
I say, just roll with it. It's beneficial sometimes.
Look, hey, they put up with me. What I'm getting at is, we were thinking about having Steam and Steel do all the metal working.
they're great.
They are great. We just wanted to make sure there wasn't going to be any sort of. They really seem to think there's some sort of disagreement between you guys, and I just wanted to be sure that they were misinformed.
We thought about joining forces.
Right, they mentioned that.
They thought about joining forces. They approached me, pitched an idea of joining wood and steel. And he looks over at a couple of the crossbows. It's not a bad plan. I just can't do it.
Why can't you? Hey, if I'm getting too personal, you don't have to answer the questions.
I just can't.
Is this a morality thing? Do you feel like something they're doing is wrong?
No.
Then I guess I'm just confused.
You ever lost someone?
Yeah.
They bring up a lot of pain.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's been 5 years now. And not a day goes by I don't think about her. I see you're a lot like me.
Yeah.
And you're standing next to two that are the comprised parts of us. You're gonna watch him die. You're gonna watch both of them die.
I've seen a lot of people die.
It's hard when they're close to you. My wife was human. Amalia. She was 82. I'm 93 and I still have many years to go.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
So, knowing that they're going to not have that burden, seeing how happy they are, it just hurts.
Understandable.
But they're good people, and I have no ill will towards them.
I can tell.
I just can't work with them. Can't go through that every day.
I understand completely. Does that mean that if they were to work on the house, you would be unable to work on the house as well? Perhaps we could schedule you on different days.
A lot of what they can do in their own forge. A lot of what I do, I have to be on site. That could be a way that we could arrange it.
I'm so sorry to hear.
What do they think of me?
I think they misconstrued why you dislike them. And it's not that you dislike them. I think that that's what they construe it as. I think that they think you disagree with their lifestyle choices. I think they think you disagree with what they are. I think they're grasping for what it is that's hurting you. And they don't think you're a bad person either. They're just confused and I think maybe a little agitated. I don't want to air your dirt. Whatever's happened to you is not their business, you know. But if you wanted, I would happily, in your stead, explain to them the truth so they know to give you a little space.
Amalia always said I kept things too quiet. So I think in honor of her, it would not be right for you to speak for me. I'll speak with them. I don't know if I can work with them.
I understand. I will make sure to put in our notes to be sure that you guys do not work together.
It's not that I don't want to be around them.
Right.
They're my neighbors.
It's just different when they're working.
Yeah, we used to work together too.
I know. I wouldn't feel comfortable if anybody else was doing our carpentry than you. I will do whatever I can to make you as comfortable as possible.
I appreciate that.
He bows a bit. Thank you for the time. Unless you gentlemen, if you have anything you want to say.
No, only it's hard losing people who die in front of you. It's hard being alone. There's pain no matter where you look, but I think you'd be surprised sometimes about the joy you'll find, even amidst that pain. When you're around people, when you're with them, things taste sweeter.
I'll keep that close to heart. Maybe it's time I stop walling myself inside here.
If you need help, we're right across the street.
Ah,
I know. It's unpacking from intrusive people.
I guess thanks.
Bows his head. Honored to be in your presence, sir.
I'm no noble, don't kiss ass.
It's just, you don't often meet someone who has the wherewithal to know that there's room to grow, especially amongst us.
You can thank her.
You can too.
I will. If you don't mind, please let me get back to my work for the evening so that I can prepare for the week to come.
Yes,
of
sir.
course.
I'll head back out.
I do
I'll
too.
leave.
Where to next?
I do want to say, good work.
There's a time for jokes. That wasn't the time.
You're an asset to this group.
You really feel that way?
Yes. I don't associate myself with dead weight, and I try not to be it myself. You've proven yourself time and time again that you're capable, both of you.
I appreciate that. Just as long as we're all being honest, I'm really happy I know you guys. It's 6 days.
It's been an interesting time, hasn't it?
I don't want that time to stop. Just
Well, we own a fucking business together now, so I think your wish is going to come true, Harold.
just like every wish I have.
Clearly.
What other wishes do you have?
That those
Harold?
pants would never be seen again. And bam! Ain't seen them since.
Okay.
The vivid image I have in my mind is very, very clear.
If you were a painter, you could probably paint a 3D model of them. It's frightening. I've probably told him the story the most.
We do travel together oddly often, and yes, it is. Yeah, those pants will start to haunt me in time, I have little doubt.
I can't look at people wearing purple pants. Because
Why-
I know what suffering they're going through.
That's why I transferred to coat. No rashes yet. All right, let's go check on Seisha.
You guys make your way back up into the common room, and she has not moved. She's glued, as if petrified.
She's in her natural habitat.
Oh, thank God, I'm so bored.
Seisha?
No, I'm V.
No, I know. Hey, V. Good to see you. She's looking
Harold.
a little. She's looking a little.
And she hasn't.
Are you okay? What's going on, Seisha?
I just read something that was a little upsetting.
What?
Read the first sentence.
Marpenoth 30, Liar's Night. This holy day pays tribute to Lyra and Mask. To placate those deities and ward away their attention, folk of all walks of life don masks and costumes, magical or mundane, to disguise themselves and play at being what they are. Commonly seen mask styles include... It ends there. Hold on.
But
The black mask symbol of Mask and the mirror face of the priests of Lyra. There are no bounds in the disguise you don. The more elaborate and outlandish is, the more celebrated the wearer.
I know this day, right? I assume I, of all people, know this
Yeah.
day. And I'm sure I do it up every year. Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's like one of my favorite holidays. I love that one. Why does it make you so sad? It's so much fun.
Festivities begin in the evening when people place candles
It's just a.
and hollowed out gourds of pumpkins carved with faces. So it's coming and turns a pumpkin.
there was someone who was. I didn't expect to see the name Lara.
Oh, okay.
Do I know?
Make a religion check.
I will also, because they seem to know. Ooh, Uno.
Nope, it's just a fun holiday. You get to play dress up.
Yeah, the mascot of jesters and jovial times, the greatest god there is.
Yeah, that guy, the one with the really great one with the masks, right? Is that the thing? Okay, well,
13.
The other one.
I love that day. It's a great day.
You're not quite certain on the name, Lyra.
Why is that? Why is that?
I think you need to explain.
Remember how I told you I didn't know my mom?
Yeah.
She met my dad because she came to the monastery and she said she was a cleric of Agna. And she was trying to find information about Lara because she was believed to be dead. And so she was doing a lot of research, and she stayed there for a while researching. And they fell for each other, and she had me, and she confessed that she was actually a priestess of Lara. And she is she oversees deceit and she left that night. So it's just kind of a thing.
Hey. My parents left too. I know how that feels. I'm so sorry.
It just, I wasn't expecting it.
I guess that opens up a lot on the whole hating lying thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, apparently, Mert and them are over 200 years old.
Okay.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How? They're not.
It said that they
elves,
found a way to magically extend their lives, and they're over 200 years old.
They're also over 200 pounds. Is it all the eating?
I think you can be fat and immortal.
I just want everyone
mutually
to know
exclusive.
I weigh 180. Over 200 pounds is insane.
No, I'm just look. I was just making a joke. Okay, this is what.
Did you just call me fat?
What?
No, it's
That's all armor.
If he's over 200 years old, it's probably because the world hates him so much that he just, by virtue of knowing everything hates him, wants to live longer. And forced himself with the sheer willpower, and Dernan's just too stubborn to die.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That all pans out to me. Logical explanation.
We should probably...
I think it might be beneficial for you the next time you're back in the temple to start looking into Lyra a bit. In all honesty, this is going to haunt you until you truly understand your mother's point of view, I think.
Does this mean she's still out there?
Hard to say.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know her if I saw her.
You never saw her once.
She left the night I was born. I mean,
You have a habit of getting past things by learning about them. I don't think this should be any different.
You are definitely the smartest person in this group.
Deeply offended at that.
I think Finley is actually smarter than me.
I'm also older than Mert and Dernan, if they're older than 200.
Then
All right, then you take the title as the smartest. You take the title of the most book read.
How old are you?
Is this like rude? I like the first thing I learned about dating was to never ask that.
No, that's not rude. I don't find it rude. Let's guess, actually.
327.
Very specific.
Very specific, no. B?
201. More than 200.
Closer than his.
Gotta play the odds, Harold.
I know, I wasn't thinking straight.
Can I
I went
make a
over,
dice?
that's how you lose.
Can I make a insight check?
On.
Trying to determine her age?
Yeah.
Medicine.
Medicine? All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I will go ahead and do that for myself as well, because I'm trying to figure out the same thing. May I?
Sure.
5.
532.
Oh.
10.
Oh.
Doesn't look a day over 25.
Yeah. I look like a child.
Human
minute.
25.
Human 25.
Human 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
257.
You are the closest.
Oh, tell us, you gotta tell us.
I am actually 240 years old.
I had a 2 in mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go over.
That's basically
By
Leonard.
rules, win.
I think you're
I
the
think-
next
What
contestant.
rules did we establish here?
I made up some rules on the spot, and V wins.
And
Oh, yeah,
she's
you know
backing
brownie.
those rules.
Glad we're not starting a casino.
She's backing those rules up with that giant axe.
Yeah, see.
I asked the questions.
Yes!
We still need. Okay, so before we get too comfortable, we still need a cart. And what was the other things we needed?
I was gonna go to the
Bedding and stuff.
the map place.
Yeah.
And
Get a map of the area.
yeah.
And then we can take our little vacation and get our truffles, if you will.
Flip back to the
Lines,
overhead map of water. Can I see that real quick?
Yes.
Oh God. I'm scared.
You explode.
Yep. Not quite.
Biblio was in fact poisonous this entire time.
It is getting darker. It is about.
We should probably rest though.
Yeah, I
I'm
think we should
still hurting from earlier.
Oh, you got your thingy. What?
Yeah,
we
I
should look at thingies.
Thingy?
Yeah.
The thingy.
The thingy.
The thingy.
Oh, my pearl. Thank you.
Pearl, yes.
I was actually planning on doing things with that tonight. I was very concerned at first.
Oh, what did you think I meant?
Can I
a
borrow it
gesture.
and look at something too?
What?
Oh, wow.
I feel like I don't know. My eyes feel keener, and I feel like I could pierce something and tell what things are.
Okay.
Please don't pierce me.
How about I go first and then I'll let you use it?
Okay, that way I can watch you
Yeah.
and emulate you.
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect.
Are
You pull out an oyster.
This needs to end.
You just have to open it. That's your payment.
Okay. Take it. Shuck it. I would imagine growing up on the coast, I have shucked plenty of oysters.
You have shucked plenty of oysters.
It's
and
shucked.
Whoa. That was smooth.
it is as it you kind of wash away and you kind of remove the gunk from it.
Oh, here, I got it.
How was it?
Fresh, actually.
Nice,
Surprisingly
nice.
fresh.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually a delicacy.
That's real good.
Oh my God.
Family's best.
It has a almost pearlized blue tint to it.
I love it.
It wasn't a double one, was it?
It was not.
No.
Oh my gosh, I would
That
literally
would've been
pass
awesome.
out. Okay, so are we just all gonna sit here and watch me do this?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
We're not
This is
really
awesome.
doing anything else at the moment.
All right.
She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
I will set the pearl down like I did before. Okay, it's gonna get fucking weird. Okay.
Let's do it.
Any weirder than that shop?
And I
Whoa!
start drawing the same sexual and circle out of my blood
Okay, well, this is a lot weirder than I expected.
I will pull out the cat's eye necklace and place it in the center.
Okay. Oh man, I can't wait to see Seisha emulate that.
Are you going to cut out one of your eyes?
So,
This is blood magic?
so you sit down and you start concentrating using the pearl as the focal point. You actually, what you do is you actually, when you slit your hand, you actually coat the pearl in blood and roll it on the floor.
It's like a ballpoint pen.
Using the pearl to draw the circle with your blood.
What do you place into the circle to identify?
Cat's eye necklace. I
That
got
is
from.
split horizontally. Bottom layer is yellow. The top layer is blue.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm scared to see what this thing is.
The first thing you get, just straight from identify, is that it is a spell focus.
Okay.
Oh.
So instead of using components, this is what he casted through. And then,
As you focus your mind and the arcane essence wraps around it and you begin to learn the properties of it, your vision goes dark. And all of a sudden, you're laser focused on this eye. And as you look at it, it is the only thing you look at. It's the only thing in essence. And as you watch, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you are sitting in a sea of blackness with this giant yellow eye. And it blinks. And then you see eye, 10 smaller eyes open up.
in its presence, you feel utterly powerless.
Nothing. And then you were snapped back.
What to do?
Bentley?
That,
Are you okay?
I don't know what that was.
What did you see?
Eyes. That eye. And then other eyes.
Like a bunch of things watching you?
Yeah.
Your passive perception counted a total of 11. 1 giant eye, 10 smaller eyes.
There were 11.
11 eyes?
That. Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't we figure out that?
Oh.
I pull out
And
the
where did that come
plushie
from?
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The purple plushie has 1 singular large eye and 10.
Smaller.
Do you feel any different?
I don't think so.
Do you want me to identify you?
That might not be a good idea.
Well, if there's something there, if there's a spell on you from that, we should probably be aware of it.
Yeah. Also, just so y'all know, that was an hour. Y'all were sitting there for an hour.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Our ritual.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would
Okay.
have gotten up and stretched a bit.
I'm probably like playing
Left the
normal
room,
drum.
come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Still drawing that damn circle.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. Was there something you wanted to look at?
Nothing in particular. I just wanted to get to try it. Because, you know, we're going to be
11
resting tonight.
minutes.
It's 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
Oh,
Not an
for
hour.
some reason I thought it was an hour.
Explain to me what this ritual is used for, exactly.
It allows me to know any magical property pertaining to an object, or if I cast it on a creature, it allows me to decipher what is affecting that creature.
Could you do that on a piece of that creature's flesh?
No.
I believe it has to be living.
Well, no, because then it would be an item. But you can only tell spells. I know what you're thinking. You can only tell magical effects.
All right.
You can't tell history or anything like that.
All right.
But
You
go
just
ahead.
want to pull the scalp out again, don't you?
I don't want to pull the scalp out.
I
just
kind of
have
want to
it
see.
on me.
Wait, what's scalp? What's oh?
I pull a scalp of a human head that has been tattooed heavily out. It's old. It's been dried. The blood is clearly gone. But
Was I a part of that guy dying?
No.
This is before I met you guys?
This is a long story.
Yeah, it was on a boat.
And you just carry that around like it's your wallet.
It was kind of a big deal.
Finley.
You never know when
Have
you're going
this
to need
just-
something.
Can't argue with that.
Okay.
You had this feeling of when you were in that area that you were being watched.
Do I still have that feeling?
There is just, you know that feeling you get and that odd feeling?
Yeah, like
that-
when you're walking in a parking lot by
Yep.
yourself and you're like,
Or you're
I
walking
like
up to the
this.
Blackstaff Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that.
That feeling is still there.
Actually, do it. Do it now.
Alright.
I feel uncomfortable.
I take the pearl
Mm-hmm.
and
I clean it before you touch it.
I
That's-
produce an owl feather.
Okay.
I feel like this is a little different from how you do it,
Uh-huh.
but that's okay.
And I'm using the owl feather like a quill.
Mm-hmm.
And I touch it to the pearl and pull it up and begin to draw through the air. And I'm writing the words that form the verbal component of the spell
Oh, cool.
as I whisper them. And gold, almost light trails follow the feather as I'm riding through the air. And I'm speaking the words as well.
You see these words linger for the entirety of the ritual, and as she finishes, it all seems to be framed upon a scroll.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
11 minutes later,
And 1 minute for me.
if you cast it as a ritual, it adds 10 minutes.
I
to-
don't think I get to cast it as a ritual. It's only listed as a spell
Oh.
for me because it's a paladin ability.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. Yes. So,
So-
1 minute.
yeah.
You don't cast it as a ritual.
So I
Burns a
finish
spell slot.
writing, and I set the feather down, and I reach through the skull and just place my finger on the top of her forehead.
There's a flash of energy. You got any magical spells?
Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Still going from that one time.
Any
And
other
that was
spells?
scroll, not skull.
Scroll.
Scroll.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You said skull.
Oh no, sorry. That was.
Surprise!
I've been meaning to tell you guys.
I'm actually a paladin of Jurgle.
I have to write your names down before I kill you all.
That's why I didn't tell you.
So yeah, the only thing you pick up is mage armor. That's all that's on you right
That's
now.
it. Yeah. That's it. Nothing else.
I'm not just your mage armor. That's the only thing that I'm picking up.
Okay. We should get rid of this necklace, frankly.
Why don't we put it in a box and tuck it away and save it just in case?
Why would you feel like we need to get rid of it?
I feel like I'm being watched.
We should probably get rid of it.
Think where we put the other thing we had to get rid of?
Hey, you know, where does everybody put things they don't
Well,
want?
but
What came from the
this
server
could
things, though?
potentially. A door open can be traveled through both ways.
Fair. I do know of magics that will further intensify if you have an object of that person's possession.
So if we locked it away somewhere,
My expertise is limited in this. I have to trust the opinions of you two.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat. I do a little magic, but not like you two do magic, and nothing. I mean, I don't even know how y'all do it without a flute. So the fact of the matter remains, we gotta.
Having said that, this is a group thing, so let's hold a vote on it.
I think that's fair.
Who's in favor?
any opinion?
I don't even know what's going on.
I wasn't listening.
Who is in favor of getting rid of the necklace?
Wait, how pretty is it?
Oh, Lord.
It's right there. It's pretty. It's covered in blood now, though, so
I mean, but you can clean that.
I can.
If it was like yellow and red, maybe, but it's yellow and blue. It throws off my scheme.
Yeah, I see that.
But so you're voting to get rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but at this point in time, I would rather not have 11 prying eyes on us.
That's why we stick it in a box. They could
watch us if they're in a box. You just see darkness.
Yeah, but then eventually something with 11 eyes is gonna float up to the door, knock with one of them, and say, "Hey, you got my box, and
Okay, here you go.
and now I'm going to kill you all.
Let's make sure it's nowhere near us. When we head out tomorrow,
We can hide it somewhere."
hide it up. Then
I
force it
totally
back.
agree with that. 100%.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll hide it somewhere where we can easily get to it, and we can get back to it.
All right.
we actually gonna do something?
We're going to get some sleep and then. Oh,
We're
wait,
going
we gotta go
camping.
get the stuff and then we're
We'll
gonna
do that
sleep
tomorrow
and then we're
morning.
gonna go camping.
We can go get the stuff tomorrow morning and then just
Yeah.
make the trip.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
Agreed.
So we should probably eat. You got the cooking tools?
Good night.
I gave you money. You said you got the cooking tools.
I went to the baker. We got brownies.
I have walked out
I'll
of the room.
see what I can do with what we've got.
I forgot.
Go downstairs, light the fire, and attempt to make a meal again.
I will.
Which fire do you like?
The one that I
one
lit
that she
last
cut.
time.
I will attempt to assist, feeling a sense of guilt, having spent my time buying assassin's tools rather than cooking ones.
You go down to the tap room.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You light the fire, and again you feel that warmth.
Wash over you.
Have you heard it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
coming down there too. And I am also hurt.
I am down 11.
Oh shit.
I'm down 4.
I'm not hurt, but I've never.
You
felt
heal
this
9.
before.
Woohoo!
Do I also heal 9?
You do.
Dang.
Sorry, you heal 12.
Dang.
For what?
Oh wait.
I'm full again.
Just standing in the light of this fire just seems to
This is nice.
revitalize you.
I love this.
Who wants some music? And before they can say no. 17.
It sounds great.
I approach the flames and kind of put my hand out.
It's hot.
It's real fire.
Do I notice my wounds
not?
healing?
Yeah.
What is with this fancy ass fire?
I don't know. It's just every time I've lit it, it does that. I think it's the fireplace. We should identify the fireplace.
I'm not there.
Yeah,
I left the room.
You've left out of guilt.
We need to get Fenley and identify the fireplace at some point.
Did we ever give Vinley back the pearl?
I would.
She took it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a give. So
don't
much.
don't move. And I'm gonna hustle up the stairs.
You make it.
But I gotta cook.
I don't feel anything, right?
Feels nice. It's warm. And it's not just the heat. Like you feel a warmth wash over you.
You've felt this type of warmth before.
I inspect it, looking for anything I can find that might.
Make an
explain
investigation
this.
check. Where you going?
Knocking on her door.
Okay. There's no answer.
Natural 20.
There is accordion playing coming
is just a
outside the
fireplace.
door. I just kept playing all the way up the stairs, so if you are upstairs, you could hear accordion playing, and I just knock again.
No answer. You hear accordion music.
I will assume
Uh-huh.
where he is and conjure my butterfly in the hallway.
Okay. You see a blue butterfly.
Ah!
And I will.
A
tell it
music
to come
lover,
to
I
me,
see.
Okay.
And
Like slowly lead it.
hovers around you and then begins to go down the hallway.
Oh, okay. I go down the hallway.
Okay.
Where does it lead me?
Where does it lead?
It leads to your room.
I look a little miffed at first, but I straighten up and I open the door and I put the accordion up. Can you check out Earl? I understand. He's pretty awesome.
No, I didn't think you were going to just walk right up and.
To my own room and walk in?
No. No, I didn't think you were going to come up so soon. Just trying to figure out what to say
To Earl?
to you, dumbass.
That's starting out well.
I will take off my gloves.
Okay.
Can I see your hand?
I would have to touch you to do that.
Can I see your hand?
Yes.
I noticed this the first time you touched me. This is why I got so angry. I don't feel disgusting when you touch me. I noticed it again when Via Miliana was carrying me. When she touched me, I didn't feel filthy anymore. I don't know what's going on. When I killed the spectator, it felt so good, Harold. I'm not terrible. But why do I feel like this? It feels so good to kill things. I don't know who to trust anymore. We travel around with a fucking angel.
Well, he kind of collects himself a little. If you want my honest answer, what you're feeling is being loved for the first time. We all care about you like your family. In 6 days, you've done more to endear yourself to me than most people would even give me the time. The closest thing I've had to a friend is Threestrings, and even then, it's not like what we have. And so, I think, speaking from experience, maybe you've got some self-loathing problems, and it's not meshing with your worldview when people show you that you're worth loving. As for the killing thing, I know the answer to that one too. It's power. It's when you have nothing and you feel like there's nothing left for you and that you have no foothold in the world. The simple act of just taking something from someone else makes you feel powerful. And I used to really enjoy that myself. And then one day I woke up and realized I couldn't keep it up because it's all just false. Real power isn't taking something from someone else, it's knowing when to protect something from someone else. And I think the reason you felt good about killing that spectator wasn't just because you enjoyed killing, I think it's because you knew you'd made us all a little bit safer. You're not filthy or disgusting. You are my friend, and I love you. And if I heard someone say those words and they weren't you, they'd be on the ground right now with a mouthful of their own broken teeth. It's not true. You are worthy of love, and you're worthy of loving yourself. There is nothing disgusting about you. I'm going to cast Healing Word to heal your hand.
Thank you. I don't know. There's so much. I've lived 240 years, Harold. I've only loved one creature before. Y'all. He was a snake. He was a monster. I don't know how to.
You do. You know how to, you're just scared to. And it's okay to be scared. I mean, hell, I've lied so much to all of you the whole way up to now. But I'm not lying when I say, you guys are my heart. You give me a reason to keep going. I can't explain it because a lot of the problems you have, I have too. But I think I've got an idea. You've earned this. You've suffered your whole life for this. It's okay to embrace it.
What's your real name, Harold?
Oscar Cord.
I wouldn't have expected that. It's very,
I mean, Harold Hovelton, alliteration, the name, the whole thing sounds fake, and I thought nobody would think anything of it, and then...
Well, you did good. It's fake enough to where I didn't even think twice of it.
Oscar, that name needs to just go away.
Illatron. Illatron near Vellum. That's his name. I figured a name for a name.
Is he still alive?
No. He was actually the first person I killed. Didn't mean to. Just happened. That spell I do just happened. It wouldn't stop. It didn't stop.
Sounds to me like he earned it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyone who would treat you like you were anything less than special doesn't deserve your time.
You know, this is gonna come off really bad, but you remind me a lot of him, but not the later. But when it first started, he was so charming. That's why I was so uncomfortable around you at first, it's because you kind of look like him. But you're not. You're just such a good person. I'm gonna go read something. Thank you, Harold.
Of course, Finley. I really appreciate you feel that way about me. But I'm gonna do everything in my power to be the person you feel I am.
I leave, and as I leave, I say you already are, and I go to my bedroom.
Harold shuts the door and just sits down on the floor.
As Finley retreats to her room, Harold contemplating what just transpired. Voss, V, and Seisha sitting by the fire in the tap room are going to end tonight's session.
Good job, you two. Holy cow.
And we're going to pick up next week.
So now that the tension is resolved, that is not what you went up the stairs to do. Just fucking saying, that's the second time you've done that.
That's awesome.
Where's the silverware? Where's all the stuff for cooking, man?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for watching. This was a very
We can cut stuff with this.
very deep episode. There was a
Yeah.
lot to unpack.
A lot of backstory came out tonight, guys. Wow.
Well,
Whew.
you did.
Oh, man. So, next week is going to be...
Interesting.
It's gonna be fun.
Camping trip, everybody.
Let's get Windsy.
All right.
What a hell of a shopping episode.
Yeah. I think that was the best shopping.
D4, we have the best shopping episode.
That was a damn good shopping
The world
episode.
of mundane!
Yes.
As always, guys, be excellent to each other.
May you always roll with advantage.
Good night, everyone.